Mother Nature has been persistent in Mason. It's rained. It's poured. The wind has been relentless. An October chill is now in the air. A chill fitting for a season on the line. Tonight, it's win or go home. Seton Hall and Xavier. You are entering a world you never knew you needed. This is Big East After Dark, and it starts right now. Off we go into the Prasco night, everybody. It is game number 3 of this 2021 Big East Baseball Tournament, sponsored by Jeep. It's the third-seeded Seton Hall Pirates and the fourth-seeded Xavier Musketeers. Good evening, everybody, and welcome. I'm John Fanta, joined by Schmaltzy, Mike Schmaltz, and it's only fitting to be working with you, partner, at 10 o'clock at night.
It's going to be a blast, John. We're going to have a little bit of fun here.
We will have some fun with all of you. These two teams coming off losses yesterday, and it's kind of a testament to that question that people ask. Which way would you rather lose?
Would you rather lose big like the Xavier Musketeers? They got down early. They lost by 10, but they hit with the UConn Huskies. And Creighton came back to upset Seton Hall. Seton Hall looked like they had a game in control. A big inning for a walk-off home run for Hannafin on a hit on a double that drove in the winning run for Creighton, and they come from behind to win that.
UConn and Creighton have it extra nice tonight. They can sleep in their beds. They can just watch this game from their hotel rooms. They'll be in action tomorrow right here on the Big East Digital Network. Winners Bracket Showdown at noon. The winner of this game moves on to tomorrow 4 Eastern time against the loser of Creighton and UConn. The loser of this one goes home. And it bears noting as we head into this game, folks, you're probably wondering, 10 o'clock at night, these two teams squaring off. We could tell you that after over 7 hours of rain persisting and a lot of developments with the weather, these two coaches worked with the conference. These two teams really wanted to play tonight.
Well, they reflect their managers, right? So Rob Shepard, big-time tough guy from Big East tradition. Billy O'Connor would play in snow if he had to for the Xavier Musketeers, and they wanted to bring their teams out here and give them a shot to continue their seasons. Again, 7.5 hours after the scheduled time. John, when we got here, rain was blowing sideways. It was a 17-mile-an-hour wind. It feels like October out there.
On the mound for Seton Hall, they're the 3 seed. The home team in this game is an All-Big East first-team selection in David Festa.
Well, David Festa, second in Big East ERA, 1.81. He's got a 6-3 record. On May the 8th, he pitched 7 innings against the Xavier Musketeers. It was a 7-2 victory for Seton Hall in 7 innings. He struck out 7 in that game.
Festa, the junior, making the biggest start of his Pirate career. Yesterday, Ryan McClinsky, the Seton Hall ace, was solid, but the biggest problem for the Pirate pitching staff, walks. A total of 11 free passes given up to Creighton hitters.
11 of them, and it caught up with them at the end of the game, and we'll see if they can keep it under control here tonight. The batteries are going to be very important, so Hunsinger behind the plate for Seton Hall, Natalie Manastrin for the Xavier Musketeers.
For Seton Hall, defensively, this is a team that has a .973 fielding percentage, second in the Big East. Tyler Shedler-McAvoy, Big East preseason player of the year, is out in center field. And then up the middle, you've got Alex Clyde, Connor Hood, and then one of the best defensive first basemen in college baseball, Matt Toke, down at first.
Yeah, very solid defense, and they're going to need it tonight under these different conditions. You don't know what's going to pop up, and any little mistake could lead to the critical error for your team.
Let's look at the Xavier Musketeers and Billy O'Connor, now in year number 4 as the head coach of this program. What do you think his team's mindset needs to be in this game after the 11-1 loss last night?
We got to go out and forget that. That's a great part about baseball is you get a chance to redeem yourself in a very short order. So the Xavier Musketeers will have a little home crowd behind them. You can hear it here as we're just a few miles up north from campus. We'll see if the Musketeers can come back and find that resilience that he talks about a lot.
Ready for Big East After Dark?
We are.
Let's get this party started. Happy Memorial Day weekend, everybody. This is Winner Go Home playoff baseball. Luke Franzoni leading it off for the Musketeers. Doesn't waste any time with a pop-up. Shallow right center, and that's caught by Hood. One pitch, one out.
Well, they moved Franzoni up in the lineup the last couple of weeks. And Billy O'Connor said he wanted to get some power up there and maybe give a guy a chance to get a 1-0 lead on one pitch. Franzoni, first pitch swinging, expected a fastball. Didn't get a lot of it. And a one pitch out, that's great for Festa.
So here's the left-handed hitting Jack Hausinger, who takes the ball. Hausinger 1 for 3 last night for the Musketeers against UConn. He did have a walk as well. He's hitting .304 on the season.
And John, the top of the Xavier lineup, 1 through 5, was 7 for 21 last night against the Connecticut Huskies, .333. The bottom of the lineup for Xavier, 167 in the starting lineup, just 2 for 12. So they're looking for more balance here tonight.
Called strike. Steve Leonardo is behind the dish. Keith Seghetti down at first. Rick Allen at second. Wayne Krause at third. Credit to our umpire crew. They got to bundle up as well tonight as the temperature has dropped significantly from the muggy start to this day.
And John, it was 51 about the time of the first pitch. It was down about 12.
Strike on the inside corner, and it's full. And earlier this morning, it felt like it was 80 degrees.
Well, this is such a dynamic change from yesterday. So it was summer-like conditions here. Temperatures in the 70s, a lot of humidity. We felt it. It felt great out there. It was picturesque. And now tonight, it feels like October at Yankee Stadium.
Fouled back by Hausinger, and a good battle happening here after the one pitch at bat by Franzoni to start.
Yeah, the Xavier Musketeers, Billy O'Connor talked about quality at bats. They track them. They've been improving as the season's gone on. And Hausinger trying to dig in here and make Festa work for this out.
3-2. Waved at and missed. That was so hot coming in that Hausinger fell to the dirt.
Swung out of the shoes literally on this one. Hausinger, good fastball, and you don't often see him that off balance, but he was going for the fences there.
David Festa was pretty fantastic in the regular season against this Xavier lineup. Went the full 7 innings in what was a 7-inning game one of a doubleheader. And as you said, Mike, he only gave up 2 earned. He struck out 7, but again, 5 walks. 1-1 on Andrew Walker, left fielder for the Musketeers.
So after yesterday, Xavier didn't get on the board against Connecticut until the 4th inning, and that was the only run they were able to manufacture. I think it's important for the Musketeers to get a little offensive momentum early here, but they're down 2 outs, and Festa is motoring right now, and Andrew Walker behind 1 and 2.
Festa working quickly. That one just misses outside, and it's even.
You love how aggressively Festa's coming after this Xavier lineup. You know that thought's in the back of your mind as a hitter. Hey, we didn't really do all that well last night. Festa's trying to reinforce that right now.
Popped up. Third baseman Luters. David Festa means business. A 1-2-3 start for David Festa. The Seton Hall Pirates are coming to bat.
If your money is working toward the same goals, why keep it in different places? SoFi is a one-stop shop for your finances, designed to work better together. Spend with SoFi and get cashback rewards that automatically go toward your goals, like investing in stocks, ETFs, and crypto. That's better together. Or pay down your SoFi debt sooner. That's better together. And that's how SoFi is helping millions get their money right.
Bottom of the first in an elimination game in the Big East tournament. Seton Hall, the home team in this as the 3 seed in this tournament, they are coming to bat for this lineup. Mike Schmaltz, the offense was not the issue for the Hall yesterday in the 8-7 loss to Creighton. 18 hits for the Pirates. They did leave 11 on base, but they start right at the top with Jerry Hunsinger, the All-Big East selection.
Yeah, they bring some punch through this lineup. Hunsinger in there at 302. Casey Dana down there at 303 in the 3-hole. And then you go down to Justin Scotto, who's been the hottest hitter early in this tournament. He's hitting 500 now. He raised his batting average 80 points yesterday.
A 4 for 5 performance by Justin Scotto, and he's only making his 4th start in the year. So for the Pirates lineup, Hunsinger, the first team selection at the top. Jonathan Lueders coming up clutch yesterday with a game-tying RBI hit. Dana did struggle. We'll see if he can bounce back. And Matt Toke seems to be Mr. Prasco for the Pirates. He's hitting .317 now on the season and has had success. And they go up against Lane Flam for the Musketeers.
Lane Flam, a junior. We thought we might see Ethan Bosacker, who's a Musketeer sophomore. So Billy O'Connor said it's a little bit of matchup. It's a little bit of gut at this point in the season. He's going with Lane Flam as junior. Flam went 6 1/3 in that May 8th game. 3 earned runs. He struck out 1, walked 3, and that was a 7-2 Musketeer loss.
Like Franzoni, Jerry Hunsinger flies out to right to start things off for Seton Hall.
Well, good start for the Musketeers. So 1 pitch, 1 out for Festa, 1 pitch, 1 out for Lane Flam. You gotta wonder how heavy those bats feel and what the vibrations feeling like on this cold night. And again, these two teams want to come out here and play this. There's no way you could have predicted this change in the weather from yesterday, about a 20-degree difference from where we were.
This is Jonathan Lueders, Mr. Energy for Seton Hall, down at the hot corner at third base. Lueders went 2 for 4 yesterday, and a clutch RBI hit in the 8th to tie things up at the time, and Jonathan Lueders keeps it going. A 1-out single for Lueders. 3 for 5 now in the Big East tournament.
It's a good pitch outside. Went with it to right field. Good start to get some energy rolling there on that Seton Hall bench. We're blinking again on the monitor.
So here's Casey Dana. He went 0 for 5 yesterday with 3 strikeouts.
Uncharacteristic for him, hitting .303 on the season. Scored 33 runs.
Infield has a left side shift for Dana.
Hey, John, that game yesterday, hard to believe that the top of the lineup didn't produce a little bit more for Seton Hall. If they can get that rolling, it'll be a much different story here today.
Dana continues the struggles here to start this at-bat at least. He was mixed up there. Flam going to the outer half and down in the zone.
Be interesting to see if Rob Shepard wants to put a little pressure on the Musketeer defense here. Maybe start Lueders. He doesn't have a stolen base this season. But in these conditions, in a big wide open hole, as second baseman Jared Cushing is shifted all the way behind the bag. That whole right side is wide open right now.
Rob Shepard coaches third base as well for Seton Hall, and he was unafraid to send anybody yesterday. And this Seton Hall team has to be angry because they could be in their hotel rooms right now from up 7-4 yesterday against the Blue Jays and unraveling in the bottom of the 9th. Dana lines this one into right, and this gets down. So Casey Dana battles back, and Seton Hall has a pair of singles here in the bottom of the first.
We mentioned that wide open, inviting hole out there in right field, and he didn't try to do too much with that pitch, just laid enough on it to get it out to the outfield. And the mistake there from Lane Flam, if you're going to shift and play him to pull, don't throw the ball on the outside of the plate. Don't let that get away and let him drive it. And that's exactly what Dana was able to do.
Here might be the toughest out at Prasco Park when it comes to facing this Seton Hall offense. It's Matt Toke. He takes a strike. Matt Toke is now hitting .325, 13 for 40. 11 runs batted in 10 games at Prasco Park.
Sometimes you just like a venue. Sometimes you just like the situation. Fifth-year grad student. Matt Toke wants to continue his career. He's going to swing a good bat here tonight.
Elected to come back for a postgraduate year, like a couple of his teammates. Connor Hood, Mike Esposito, Tyler Shedler-McAvoy. And when you think about everything that these student athletes have fought through in the last year, COVID-19, stoppages, finding out their season was ending. Strike 3 called, got him looking.
Big time answer there for Lane Flam to settle down, work with Natalie Menastra, and take out a very good hitter, Matt Toke. That'll get the Musketeer bench up a little bit. Great pitch outside corner. Yeah, Toke frustrated with himself. You see that head nod. He knew that was a pretty good pitch.
So here's Connor Hood, delivered the go-ahead RBI hit. It's only momentary. As he laces one out towards right. This drops. Coming around third is Luters. Here's the throw on the plate. Ball got away from Menastra, and Seton Hall is on the board.
Throw out there from Garrett Schultz was up the line. Interesting play there because they were playing shallow. Schultz shallow out there in right field. Came up with it, pulled Menastra away from the plate, first base side. You rarely see Natalie Menastra unable to handle something, but a little too fast there on the exchange. Pretty good setup on the throw, but you see it on the first base side. And Menastra trying to block that plate, and Luters aggressively gets in there.
How about the way, Mike Schmaltz, that this Seton Hall team runs the bases?
Aggressively. They're one of the best base-stealing teams in the conference. You look up there at Hunsinger, who leads it. Hunsinger's 24 for 28. He wasn't even on base.
Here's another one of the steals leaders in the league, Tyler Shedler-McAvoy.
But this is what makes this type of play, the small ball, the aggressive base running, these types of conditions are what you play in most of your season until you get into May and it gets a little bit lighter, or you're in Florida in February, which is where a lot of teams start normally. And that's why you have to play this style of baseball for these conditions.
Shedler-McAvoy looks at a strike. Just going back to the point we were talking about during Hood's at bat. These two teams have been through heck and back with the way the last year's gone. Waiting 7 hours to play a game, that's nothing.
No, not at all. A little bit of temperature change, well, a lot. But still, that's been minor to what these guys have had to adjust to here this season.
Waved down and missed.
And again, both coaches met before. They were out there sitting in the buses in the rain, the sideways rain. They knew what it was like out here, and both of them still wanted to get after it here tonight.
Quite literally, the moment the rain ended, Seton Hall went to their dugout.
Yeah, they were right out.
Tarp wasn't even off the field yet. How do you respond? That's the question here tonight for these two teams. 1-2. Got him looking.
Big time finish for Lane Flam to come back. They gave up a run, but Lane Flam finishes with 2 strikeouts.
Connor Hood gives the Pirates a 1-0 lead after 1. David Festa mowed the Xavier Musketeers down in order in the top half of the first. Let's get to know the Seton Hall starting pitcher a little bit more with his grips and a bit more.
I throw 3 pitches. I got my fastball grip right here. I got my curveball grip. That kind of plays as a slider sometimes, sometimes a curveball, depending on where I want it, how much intent I'm using. And I have my changeup grip. This is kind of my go-to pitch. 2 strikes, I like to use it. Just a normal circle change. I like to get my fingers inside the 2-seam. Yeah, and then my mentality going into a start, I just want to give my team the best chance to win. I know we prep a lot with my coaches, and I trust my defenders and my catcher, and I just go out there and give it all I got.
The team's motto, the program's motto is never lose your hustle. How would you describe the meaning of that?
Never lose your hustle, kind of like what I said, is just kind of going out there and giving everything you got, playing with the brakes off. Coach Shep always preaches that to us. You know, obviously, people make physical mistakes, but mental mistakes he kind of gets a little mad at those, kind of inexcusable. But physical mistakes, when you're playing hard, it's a little easier for Coach Shep to kind of swallow.
There's no mistake coming into this week. You guys have a sense of, hey, we have to respond from what happened last weekend. You know, wash that away. It's a brand new week. Can you kind of speak to this group's mentality, what you guys have talked about with each other, and the opportunity at stake here in a Big East tournament?
Yeah, obviously UConn didn't go how we wanted it to. This week we kind of kept the vibes loose, kind of forgot about it. Coach Shep kind of preached to us, you know, it's a new season, everyone's 0-0, throw the stats out the window, and we're here, we know what we're capable of, and we're here to win a Big East championship. Thank you.
Well, Nate Monastro was tired of hearing from David Festa.
Well, he's just explaining how he pitched, so maybe Vitaly Monastro got a piece of that audio down there. A little scare there for the Seton Hall Pirates. Monastro, solid day yesterday, 2 for 4. Had a double to the right center gap. Almost put the Musketeers into a tie with that blast.
What a kid to talk to earlier this week. Monastra, he makes a room brighter. When he walks in, you know he's there. He's got this terrific personality. Xavier through and through. He cuts through that one. David Festa has set down the first 4 he's faced. That's his second K.
David Festa working here against one of the best hitters in the Musketeer lineup. Good breaking pitch in. Monastra swung right through it. That ball dove really well. Started out about belt high, ended at the knees.
So here's Jared Cushing, sophomore second baseman for Xavier.
Cushing had the RBI for the Musketeers yesterday. 2 for 4 as well. And between Cushing and Monastra, that was the bulk of the offense for Xavier.
5 of the Musketeers' 10 hits were doubles last night against UConn, but they just couldn't find enough clutch hitting early. And the way that UConn tacked on, Mike, they score 1 in the first, then 3 in the second, add another in the third. The Huskies scored in each of the first 6 innings, and that's why they're the hottest offense, not only in the Big East, but we're looking at nationally.
They're absolutely methodical with that approach. Last night, Cushing's going to reach here for the Musketeers. So a chance now for Tyler DiMartino, a very good contact hitter for Xavier. I think the interesting move last night, John, was Nick Zwak, the headline starter for the Xavier Musketeers. They took him out after 3 through 63 pitches. So we'll see if he might be available. If Billy O'Connor was maybe thinking quite a bit ahead that he was going to have to play this game today and play through the bracket to get back in another shot at UConn.
Tyler DiMartino, another member of this star-studded sophomore class for the Xavier Musketeers. You think about their lineup, 5 through 8 are all sophomores. DiMartino, not as many opportunities this season, but with some injuries and some different circumstances, he's somebody who's made the most of the chances he's gotten, hitting .303.
He's in there for his bat. That's why, obviously, he's in the DH spot. Billy O'Connor was honest about it. He said he's not the greatest athlete on the team. He doesn't have the best speed, but he can make contact and move runners, and that's why he's here. He's a transfer in from West Virginia. Alex Hellman will follow him, a transfer in from Arizona State. So some kids in here. Cushing came from Texas Tech. Some kids coming from some bigger programs into the Xavier lineup.
One on, one out. Check swing, doesn't matter, it's a called strike. From Steve Leonardo behind the plate, it's 1-2. So what'd you do during the rain delay?
John, I watched you study and prepare for this game. I also huddled up with some hot chocolate because it was just not pleasant out there.
No. We ate some La Rosa's pizza. There's a pretty good crowd here for, it's 10:25 on the East Coast. And we've got a good wave of fans in some pretty cold conditions. big credit to him. Outside, it's 2-2.
It's got to feel pretty good for both sides. Pretty well supported here tonight, and you're going to make the commitment to play the game. You're going to come out here and support your kids, your friends, your family.
Hats off to the fans. You got to brace the conditions, bundle up, get the blanket out.
Somebody in the front row there in shorts. That's impressive.
Well,
You're wearing them too, but we're inside.
You expected that from me.
Well, it's brave, John. It's a brave choice in these conditions.
Are you a bonfire guy?
Absolutely. You know, Kentucky is known for its bourbon, and bourbon and bonfires go very well together. Now you can throw a little barbecue in as well.
Gets away from Hunsinger and heading into second base, Jared Cushing. So the Musketeers are threatening here in the second, and all of a sudden it's 3-2.
Hunsinger, one of the best defensive catchers in the league. It's not a very far distance between the plate and the wall back there. So Cushing made the decision to go early. Xavier now at the tying run at second. Full count here. Hitters count for Martino.
11 walks last night, issued by Seton Hall pitching, and Festa walking the tightrope again. In the air, out to right. Gale makes the catch, tagging from second to third. Cushing, he's in there. Xavier has that tying run 90 feet away.
All right, just enough for Tyler DiMartino. Hit it opposite field, hung it up there, gave Cushing a chance to tag. Musketeers tying run 90 feet away. And here comes Hellman. Hellman's come up with some of the most timely hits for the Musketeers this season. They need one here.
Timely hitting. So much of what Billy O'Connor, the Xavier head coach, his fourth season, said is a staple of this program. It's why Xavier has won three Big East tournaments in the past. That's a ball to Hellman to start.
Xavier's been very successful. Billy O'Connor hasn't won one as a head coach, but he was on the staff for the three that the Musketeers have.
As a player back in 2009, helped the program, the Musketeers, to their first NCAA tournament.
Yeah, he absolutely understands the institution, understands the program. We talked to Greg Christopher yesterday during the game with the Xavier athletic director, and we asked him, you know, what's the value of having a Xavier guy in your program? He says, you know, there's some subtleties to the way you have to run the program. He understands all of them. He built a lot of them.
You can sense the building of a program and the pride that these players have in playing for somebody who came before them on the field.
Billy O'Connor started his career at Indiana. Then transferred back to Cincinnati. He's a Cincinnati guy, went to Elder High School here.
2-0 on Alex Hellman. Festa trying to find the strike zone. He does, and it's 2-1.
All right, talked about quality at bats, and that's Hellman maturing a little bit here as this season moves forward. Got a pitch that could have been, it's an Elder Panther hat. That might be a Billy O'Connor relative. Out here tonight. The purple and the white. Good breaking pitch, and that gets Hellman swinging. And Festa answers right back.
The common theme with that breaking pitch when it's working, it's got Xavier hitters tied up. The break on that right now, it's halfway there, and Musketeers have been out in front. Tying run at third, and now it's 3-2.
So right back to the hitter's count. Now you're going to look at probably something over the plate in the strike zone. Might be low, but you got to defend if it's anywhere close.
Check swing, he did not go, and it's a second walk allowed by David Festa in this inning.
That was a gutsy take there for Alex Hellman behind 3-2. Let's take a look at where it crossed. And it was well outside. Hunsinger had to move. That did cross right across the thigh, though. So Hellman puts a little more pressure on. And And now you got Garrett Schultz. Schultz, a good contact hitter, struggled yesterday from the plate. He did walk. Then he didn't have produce in his next 2 at-bats, and they took him out.
Part of it's the Xavier approach at the plate. They battle. But the other side of this is it's now the 13th walk allowed by Seton Hall pitching in this tournament. And David Festa's opposing batting average is 172.
It's amazing, right? And if you give an opportunity to the other team, sooner or later they're going to cash it in. That's exactly what happened yesterday with Creighton. And Xavier's capable of putting together some big innings. They've done it here this season. They went to extra innings with UConn, 13-12. They lose that game, but that tells you right there, that's one of the best pitching staffs in the conference.
It is rare to see just a 1 in a frame for Xavier. They're a crooked number team.
UConn put a bunch up against them yesterday, and we saw a bunch of zeros. So law of averages, Musketeers are due here.
Popped up and out of play. Well, the way that the Huskies are playing, they've won 26 of their last 31 games, and they've outscored their opponents over the last 5 games 59-12.
Those are some amazing numbers. And I think the interesting point about that series with the Musketeers, they split it. Xavier had a chance to win. Billy O'Connor was very excited to play it. It worked out. He said, hey, you know, we blew one, they blew one. It was very competitive back and forth. But UConn was coming off an extended COVID pause. They had to move that series from a Sunday to a Tuesday. And UConn obviously found its stride coming down the stretch here, coming into this tournament.
How did Jerry Hunsinger just pick that? My goodness.
That makes him one of the best in the business.
I mean, you deserve to
he's
smile there.
Got a smile there,
I
exactly.
would too.
Let's take a look at it.
Oh. Free ice cream.
A little presto. And I think he was a little surprised by that. As he was looking up in the air, he thought it bounced off him.
Is the ice cream truck working?
Absolutely, it's working out there. This is an easy night for the ice cream truck.
It stays
you
at
just
2
have
and
to
2.
set it outside. You don't worry about it melting or anything.
It's true. It's free out here, you know. Complimentary cones.
Just a great environment here. We can't say that enough about the effort that the Presco Park folks put in here. Dedicated grounds crew here. You saw them pulling that tarp off. Underneath the tarp, they circulate air through there to keep it dry.
Waved at and missed. Hunsinger down to first. David Festa works around a jam to leave 2 Musketeers stranded. And he gets his second strikeout.
Missed opportunity there for the Musketeers. Festa answers the bell for the Pirates.
This is the Seton Hall story, one that comes to life every day on our campus. This is the place where great minds discover, innovate, collaborate, and find their true calling. This is the place where passion has a purpose, where learning inspires leading. The bonds we make, the values we teach, inspire our community to take heart and take action. This is Seton Hall University. This is what great minds can do.
I'm from Chicago, Cleveland,
Phoenix, Milwaukee,
Hartford,
Colorado, Oklahoma,
Thailand,
Norway, Cameroon.
and I chose
I chose
Xavier University.
for business, chemical science,
occupational therapy,
philosophy, politics, and the public.
computer science,
because it felt like home.
I knew I would be welcome.
because they take care of veterans.
I felt connected to the campus, to the people.
The sports.
I came here to be a Musketeer,
And now,
I am.
I am.
I am.
All for one.
How about our crew? Even in the brisk conditions, breaking out the ice cream. Matt Hodges just won an Oscar. That's an
The
Oscar.
age-old question, how cold is it? John, it's the unofficial start of summer, so if you think summer, summer will happen. Okay, here on Memorial Day weekend?
If you think summer, this is not what you're
Absolutely.
thinking. That's clam bake weather.
That is clam bake weather. We do need the bonfire.
Oh,
that
yeah.
would be fantastic for this setting here tonight.
Blankets, hot chocolate, Skyline chili.
Skyline Chili, perfect night for that.
Bottom of the second, 1-0 Seton Hall. Thanks for joining us on Big East After Dark, a journey like no other. This is Justin Scotto the hottest hitter for Seton Hall. He only has 22 at-bats on the season, but they've come late in the season. He's 11 for 22. 4 for 5 yesterday.
Three runs scored yesterday, 1 RBI. Came into that game hitting .412, now .500. So he's challenging Matt Toke for the Mr. Prasco Award for the Pirates.
Just amazing what happens when you get an opportunity. You're in the midst of getting blown out at UConn last weekend. Seton Hall got swept in the 4-game series. They wanted to be better than the number 3 seed in this Big East Conference. But in the midst of all the negative, Justin Scotto was a positive.
It's interesting when the light comes on, right? And then, as Billy O'Connor said yesterday, ride the hot hand. Part of it's gut, part of it's matchup, part of it's riding the hot hand. Rob Shepard's riding the hot hand right here with Scotto.
2-2. Scotto keeps on bouncing it foul first base side. Well, for those of you who were waiting for UConn and Creighton in the winner's bracket game, would have been the first meeting between the two teams this season. That'll come tomorrow, noon Eastern time, right here. Scotto chops this one to second. Cushing charges, throws in time for out number 1.
Well, there's a big timeout for the Musketeers. There's some big news. Scotto didn't reach. It's amazing. Yeah, he just swung over the top of that ball, got too much of the top, drove it right into the turf. Good play there for Cushing.
So with one down, here is Alex Clyde, junior shortstop for Seton Hall, hitting .276 on the season, and part of this trio at the bottom of the Pirates order, which combined for the 8 for 14 mark yesterday. Clyde went 3 for 4 with an RBI.
Yeah, Clyde just hit smooth out there defensively. Look at the long, flexible build. Just a fluid swing. And you look at that combination up the middle there with Connor Hood, and it reminds me, Connor Hood, a bigger second baseman physically, looks like Chase Utley, and then you got Clyde in there. It kind of resembles a little bit of Alex Rodriguez out there. Kind of floating around behind the back.
He lines one, diving catch to the left side at second. What a grab by Cushing, shades of Utley.
Cushing doing a great job there for the Musketeers defensively. We need to mention he's playing with a banged up hand. It's his throwing hand as well. He was hit by a pitch, broke his finger. They've got that splinted up. Cushing's been playing through it and playing very well here. Yeah, you got the insurance. You didn't know if they were going to call that out on the catch. Make sure you follow up, follow through.
Will Gale takes a strike. How many times do you see the fielder just assume?
Exactly. You can't assume here. It's an elimination game, right? It could be the end of your season.
You can't assume anything tonight. A liner right back up the gut. It's a 2-out single for Will Gale. That's why he's at the bottom of Seton Hall's order.
Perfect job to churn through, set up the top. Now the top of the lineup's got to deliver for you, and you got Hunsinger coming to the plate. It's a good-looking swing. Didn't do too much with it. Right out over the plate, drilled it right up the middle.
Four hits for Seton Hall, 4 singles. And that is the approach Rob Shepard wants his team to take. He calls it a 9-on-1. You got to move the line. Hunsinger popped out his first time up, and looks like he's going to pop out again here. Cushing did it all in the bottom half of the second. Lane Flam gives up a 2-out single, but nothing more. Now Xavier coming to bat in the third, looking to spark up the offense.
If your money is working toward the same goals, Why keep it in different places? SoFi is a one-stop shop for your finances, designed to work better together. Spend with SoFi and get cashback rewards that automatically go toward your goals, like investing in stocks, ETFs, and crypto. That's better together. Or pay down your SoFi debt sooner. That's better together. And that's how SoFi is helping millions get their money right.
It is 10:41 Eastern time here on a Friday night, and we are just getting started on Big East After Dark. John Fanta, Schmaltzy, Mike Schmaltz, with you for Prasco Park, Seton Hall and Xavier, win or go home. We're having fun.
John, we signed up to be here. Where else would you rather be right now?
Nowhere.
Championship baseball, the elimination game, prime time.
Yeah, I mean, come on.
We're selling the Big East on the West Coast right now.
That's right.
This is big stuff.
Yeah, to everybody in the Pacific Coast area, if you're wherever you are, Hawaii, I don't get down the Jersey Shore, out in Florida, if you're in Madison, San Diego, I don't care where you're at right now. Welcome to Big East After Dark. Come and join us for the roller coaster ride. Come on.
It'll be exciting here, no question. Musketeers will lead it off with a number 9 hitter. It's Sam Olson, a third baseman. Olson in at 137 for the campaign. Takes a big swing at a fastball and misses.
This beats where I was last night. It was very good, but took a trip over to Frickers.
Right, they had a little local cuisine.
I had the medium wings.
What'd you enjoy?
Medium wings.
Was it medium enough?
Oh, yeah.
Okay.
They had a kick.
We could talk to people if it's not enough. We can get you set up.
You know people.
But I still endorse, and you were there late at night, I still endorse Skyline Chili as the ultimate late night thing in Cincinnati. It's a tradition. It's been going on for decades, centuries. That's your spot.
Don't you worry. I will get there this weekend. There's
And Billy
no question.
O'Connor actually gave you the order yesterday. You talked to him about his favorite order?
Yeah.
What did he say?
He had
Habanero
a three-way
cheese?
habanero.
He likes
habanero.
it, what they call wet, just a little extra chili on there.
Okay. That's
It's a
some
perfect
juicy
night
stuff.
for it, John Fanta. There are some other, now Pleasant Ridge Chili, there's local chili joints around.
Okay.
Mount Washington Chili, very good. Pleasant Ridge Chili, just down the street from my neighborhood. But Skyline, a tradition for many. There's also Gold Star in the city. That's always been a big competition.
And it's real. I mean,
it is real.
Like, if you've never
Passion.
been to Cincinnati, there's
passion.
There's serious passion for chili and how you like it. And that's why I thought the habanero cheese pick by Billy O'Connor was pretty impressive.
Ground ball here to second. Connor Hood going to come up with it and make the play on Olson. But Olson worked a pretty good at bat there, got the count to 2-2. So they're trying to get David Festa to grow that pitch count.
Well, I think that's the key to this game, is can you get into that Seton Hall bullpen, because it's an area, see, this is off the end of the bat, Festa finding the strike zone, Hood and Toke, the combination. There is a bit of a lack of full confidence in what exactly happens from innings 7 through 9 for Seton Hall, and we saw that yesterday. Things just shifted in the game, and you felt like the team that was going to have the last at-bat was going to win that ball game, even when Seton Hall went up 7-4.
It's resilience, and this is championship baseball. You got to play 27 outs. That was stressed to us as well during the workout day, especially in this part. This has got an even count here to the leadoff hitter, Luke Franzoni, who takes strike 2 on the outside corner. Franzoni popped out to second base his first time.
Man,
one pitch, one swing for Franzoni.
David Festa works quick.
And you should. You want to keep your hitters off balance. You want to keep them out of rhythm and give them a different look every time.
You want to get out of here as quickly as you can tonight without making a mistake going quickly, but you want to try to get out of here, get to bed, and you could try to say, in your mind, hey, we've got an advantage. We only have to play one time tomorrow.
Correct.
The loser of Creighton-UConn has to play twice.
And it'll be the second game of the day, so you will get some extra rest in. Festa rings up Franzoni, retires him for a second time tonight. And David Festa racks up strikeout number 4 already early. See that good outside little tease there for Franzoni. Tried to check it, went too far. So 2 down now, and the number 2 hitter, Jack Hausinger, who struck out his first time, comes to the plate. Try to give Xavier some offensive energy here in the third. We're moving pretty quick through this, John, and part of that due to Festa working quickly. And what you're trying to avoid here, and you mentioned it, you don't want a 5-hour game tonight. You don't want to be going to bed at 3 in the morning. This ball driven out into right field, going to hang up enough, and Will Gale going to make the final out of the inning. So the Musketeers go down.
This is the Seton Hall story, one that comes to life every day on our campus. This is the place where great minds discover, innovate, collaborate, and find their true calling. This is the place where passion has a purpose, where learning inspires leading. The bonds we make, the values we teach, inspire our community to take heart and take action. This is Seton Hall University. This is what great minds can do.
I'm from Chicago, Cleveland,
Phoenix, Milwaukee,
Hartford,
Colorado, Oklahoma,
Thailand,
Norway,
Cameroon.
and I chose
I
chose Xavier University.
for business, chemical science,
occupational therapy,
philosophy, politics, and the public.
computer science,
because it felt like home.
I knew I would be welcome.
because they take care of veterans.
I felt connected to the campus, to the people.
The sports.
I came here to be a musketeer,
And now,
I am.
I am.
I am.
All for one.
If your money is working toward the same goals, why keep it in different places? SoFi is a one-stop shop for your finances, designed to work better together. Spend with SoFi and get cashback rewards that automatically go toward your goals, like investing in stocks, ETFs, and crypto. That's better together. Or pay down your SoFi debt sooner. That's better together. And that's how SoFi is helping millions get their money right.
Mike Schmaltz, John Fanta back with you at Prasco Park. It's the Big East Baseball Championship, game number 3. A matchup from May 8th between Lane Flam for the Xavier Musketeers on the Hill. See a very chilly night here tonight as Jonathan Luders leads it off here for the Pirates.
This is amazing. Prasco Park gives the fans free food, ice cream, drink, whatever you'd like. They just delivered each fan here blankets.
Blankets. That is absolutely the extra mile.
That is the extra mile.
You can't say enough about how much effort they put into this. We learned that they don't charge the Big East to use the facility. That's amazing in itself. They produce a lot of the signage. There's a big Big East logo out there that Prasco took it upon themselves to produce, and what a commitment to this event that Prasco Industries makes.
That all starts with Phil Arrington. He is exceptional in leading everyone and so welcoming. You feel like you're part of his family when you walk in here. And how about that? Stay warm. Break out the Afghans tonight.
We saw the smiles. The smiles are free, John. They don't charge for those either.
No.
But they are very welcoming.
I got to tell you, this is a night where you, like I said, clam bake weather.
Absolutely perfect.
And you, up in Cleveland, that's a big thing, by the way. Clam bake.
You're a Cleveland guy. Is that
Yeah.
a Lake Erie Beach
I go
situation?
Well, pick it up in Martin's Corner. And then you get one of Grandma's Afghans that she used to make for me growing up. She'd make me a new Afghan, Schmaltzy, every, birthday, Christmas, a new Indians, Browns.
Oh, yeah.
Yeah, oh yeah, she'd do it by team.
Really?
That was Grandma Joni.
That's fantastic. Did you bring one with you tonight?
I didn't, but it's...
You didn't pack for the winter weather, did you?
No.
Popped up here behind second base. Cushing going to take control. They make the out, and Luders, after working the count full, pops out. And it's been a busy night for Jared Cushing, the Musketeers' second baseman. He's had the last 3 putouts here tonight. Casey Dana stands in. He's got one of the 4 hits tonight for Seton Hall. Dana was stranded at second, but not before Connor Hood drove in Hooters his first time. That's the only run of the night. Seton Hall got off to the 1-0 start in the first. Little chat there between Natali Menastra and Lane Flam. It's one of Menastra's calling cards. Out there to settle down his pitchers. Been an absolute rock for Billy O'Connor behind the plate. Dana stands in now at 3:08 for the season. Flam comes in off speed and misses. It's 1-0. So John, both pitchers starting to kind of settle in here. Festa, we mentioned, working at a quicker pace, but Flam deliberate. Trying to keep his Musketeers in this high strike. He works up in the zone now.
Well, what I like about Lane Flam is he's moving his pitches around, but he's moving them in the strike zone. He is pounding right around the K zone. No walks, whereas Festa's fallen into some walks, 2 of them. Flam has not.
This is inside low.
And I'll give up 2 or 3 runs over 6 innings. I will. I know that sounds bold when you think about an elimination game, but at some point, I feel like Xavier's offense is the type of offense that can break out.
Check swing strike as Flam went outside there with a breaking pitch. And that accounts even 2-2.
Well, he got Dana out in front the first time, and it was an 0-2 count, and then Dana went the other way with a fastball. I would stick with that breaking ball. You got a pitch to work with here, stick with that breaking ball.
They just shook off Menastra there, and they're going to reset.
It's not a pitch that Dana can do much with because it's outside, it's low in the zone. Perhaps he goes up the ladder, but Dana can handle that.
Came inside and low and missed. Now we're full. So Dana shows some discipline out there for the Pirates. Pirates sitting on the 1-0 lead, 4 hits tonight. Musketeers still hitless. This ball gonna get past Cushing. He's gonna make the play, but again, Cushing was shifted well over behind the bag at second. Trying to play to pull, and that's the second time tonight. Seton Hall's beat the shift.
This is why Casey Dana is one of the top hitters in the Big East Conference, because he adjusts in an at-bat. Twice tonight he's had 2 strikes on him, and Casey Dana hasn't given in. That's toughness. That's the ability to adjust, which not enough hitters would say, hey, okay, you've got a shift on me. I'm going to go the other way. That's a really quality at-bat by Casey Dana and a well-pitched at-bat by Lane Flam. Sometimes you pitch well, and a veteran hitter just does a little bit more, and that time Casey Dana did.
The smart part was he just got enough on it to drive it out into the outfield. So 1 on, 1 out for Flam, and he comes in low. Menastra has to scramble for that. No opportunity to advance. 1-1.
It's kind of like a Mike Schmaltz fade.
We hit those a lot on the golf course.
Not all.
Or are you talking about when I pass out? From the excitement.
I wasn't talking about that, but I don't know if we're going to go down that road. It's only 10:53.
Right. I still got a little left in the tank here. Swinging a miss on a breaking ball, and now Flam's ahead 1-2.
Well, I'm a night owl. This is nothing. Hey,
Fanta After Dark is something to experience, and I'm glad we're having this experience here. We're calling it Big East After Dark, but it's really Fanta After Dark.
What's your bedtime normally?
It depends on the situation. Situational, like everything else, you got to play your situation. You know, in the winter when it gets dark at 9, it's kind of hard to stay awake. But, you know, Memorial Day, we got the excitement here, so I've got the energy tonight, at least for you, John. I'm bringing it for you.
Well, there's an adrenaline rush. Yeah, you see, we're deep into the Mason, Ohio night. A land of baseball, riches, plenty of strip malls.
The right kind of retail strip malls.
Absolutely.
That ball gets away from Menastra, so a breaking pitch in the dirt, and now Dana in scoring position here with 1 down. Counts at 2-2. So Matt Toke. We talk about his prowess here at Prasco Park. He's going to have a chance to show it again. And left-handed hitting, so Cushing playing it straight away here. Hausinger kind of shadowing Dana there at short. Flam gets off the mound nicely on that short hop. Gets it over to Franzoni. So Toke retired for the second out. But Casey Dana able to move to third. So runner in scoring position here. And here comes Connor Hood. Hood, the incredible comeback story, had a foot injury. Said he went to the team picture before the season on one of those crutches that you kind of rest your knee on. It looked like a peg leg, perfect for a Pirate. They had no idea he was going to be able to come back and contribute. He's having a fantastic season at .316. 9 RBI.
Says it all when Rob Shepard walks by a player and says to all of us, Connor Hood, toughest player I know.
He's already got a single here tonight, so Flam doesn't want to mess around with him.
The Shepards don't give out praise that easily.
No,
We're
that's
talking
all
about
earned.
toughness.
All earned
that's earned.
in the Shepard family. That is an incredible baseball family. Just runs through the fabric of the Shepard. 1-1. Flam. Impressive there to have the moxie to throw that breaking pitch, and Natali Menastra able to smother it.
That slider is really effective right now. That's the go-to pitch. I would keep throwing it until they prove that they can lay off of it. It's Lane Flam's best pitch in my book thus far in this outing.
So advantage Flam here at 1-2, trying to retire the side. Ball down to third. Olsen off balance, able to get it over to Franzoni to end the inning. Nice pick for Sam Olsen at third. The Musketeer defense comes up to help Lane Flam, and the Pirates strand a runner third.
Postseason type play from Olsen, and that's the momentum you want to take into the dugout to get your bats going.
If your money is working toward the same goals, why keep it in different places? SoFi is a one-stop shop for your finances, designed to work better together. Spend with SoFi and get cashback rewards that automatically go toward your goals, like investing in stocks, ETFs, and crypto. That's better together. Or pay down your SoFi debt sooner. That's better together. And that's how SoFi is helping millions get their money right.
How do you get fired up for Big East After Dark? You go Club BEDN. This is before the game. John Fanta busts out the glasses, and look what happens here as we get warmed up on a chilly night on the BEDN. How about that?
Alexa, play Boogie Shoes by Casey and the Sunshine Band.
Look at the glasses. Look at the moves. He's selling that. Great stuff, John.
I'm sorry, I'm in bed.
Who was that glassed man?
Oh, that was fun.
So Andrew Walker, the Musketeers' leading hitter, shaves off a first pitch and down the foul line. Walker into .314 tonight. In the leadoff spot, he hits .312. Solid season, 27 RBI. This will be his 141st at bat. He gets a second look here at Festa. Walker flew out, popped out to third his first time. Festa again working quickly, has it at a 1-1 count. Got her to pop up again. This could be a little trouble. Fading back, Alex Clyde smoothly grabs that one, and one down for the Musketeers here in the fourth.
Well, it's been a tale of two stories for David Festa thus far in this outing, and the end result is success. Because for Festa, when he's in the strike zone, Schmaltzy, there's been good results, and he is not allowed to hit. 4 strikeouts, but 2 walks.
Musketeers stranded 2 in the second. haven't had anybody on since. So Natalia Monastir trying to change that. And a good at bat the first time against Festa. That turned into a strikeout.
And to that point, he hasn't allowed a hit, but he's 58 pitches in. So he's had to work to get to this point, one out in the top of the fourth inning.
Misses well outside, and it's 2-1. But John not showing any sign of fatigue at this point. We're almost halfway done.
He's got 110, 115 in the tank tonight. They're going to try to ride him.
Nostra pumps this one out into center, having to drift back as Tyler Shedler McAvoy is going to be short of the track and hauls it in. So Monastir gives it a little bit of a ride, but not enough. And 2 down now for the Musketeers quickly.
At Xavier's ballpark, that ball might have been right there.
Yeah, Musketeers ballpark, very cozy. It's an older park, it's Hayden Field. It's kind of landlocked there on campus. Down the line's 315 to center field. It's about 408 or so. So much longer knock here at Prasco.
They moved the center field wall, left and right center back, and they've added some length as well.
So knock here to third. Clyde up with it cleanly. Over to first, and that retires the side. So the Musketeers go quickly into fourth. David Festa working a beauty for Rob Shepard and the Pirates. They're coming to bat at the bottom of the fourth when we come back on the BEDN here from Prasco Park and the Big East Baseball Championship.
This is the Seton Hall story, one that comes to life every day on our campus. This is the place where great minds discover, innovate, collaborate, and find their true calling. This is the place where passion has a purpose, where learning inspires leading. The bonds we make, the values we teach, inspire our community to take heart and take action. This is Seton Hall University. This is what great minds can do.
I'm from Chicago, Cleveland,
Phoenix, Milwaukee,
Hartford,
Colorado, Oklahoma,
Thailand,
Norway,
Cameroon.
and I chose
I
chose Xavier University.
for business, chemical science,
Occupational therapy,
philosophy, politics, and the public.
computer science,
because it felt like home.
I knew I would be welcome.
because they take care of veterans.
I felt connected to the campus, to the people.
The sports.
I came here to be a musketeer,
And now,
I am.
I am.
I am.
All for one.
David Festa twirling a gem thus far for the Seton Hall Pirates, and the Hall up 1-0 on Xavier in this Big East tournament win or go home game. We're in the bottom of the fourth. John Fanta here, joined by the one and only a Seton Hall grad, the director of athletics for the Pirates. It's Brian Felt, who's always had a dream of having a late night TV show.
John, I feel like this is true. I feel like we are at O&T Carroll Field in March in South Orange, New Jersey right now. It's freezing, right?
It's cold.
It's cold, man, that wind. I didn't pack for this.
It's clam bake weather.
It is clam bake weather. Yeah, I didn't pack for this one, John. I didn't pack for this one.
Great to have Brian here with us in the bottom of the fourth, and leading things off, Tyler Shedler McAvoy with a drive out to right field. Schultz is there to make the catch. Well, Brian, it's been quite a spring for Seton Hall University. You've got Walsh Gym getting renovated right now. You've got Seton Hall baseball in a postseason, and the men's soccer program advancing to the Elite Eight in the NCAA tournament, their best season since the 80s.
Yeah, that was really special. You know what Andreas did, our coach, Andreas Lindbergh, he did a phenomenal job with that group, a special group of kids that just, this was a special year. I mean, they played their hearts out. They did a great job, really made a great run. I think they were disappointed to end it the way they did, but they fought, had a great year. And this team too, this baseball team has had to deal with, like all of our teams have had to deal with, have dealt with great adversity.
2 down quickly. We're joined by the Seton Hall AD, Brian Felt. Brian, we talk about never lose your hustle, and the Mike Shepard way that was established with this program that we now see Rob carry. As the athletic director, as an alum of Seton Hall as well, how would you define the Shepard way of Seton Hall baseball and the tradition of this program?
I mean, you talk about Mike Shepard as a human being. I got to know Coach Shep when I was a student at Seton Hall, in the mid-'90s, and, a Marine. His values were the values of what Seton Hall University has always been. He's always mirrored them beautifully, and he was a great mentor, a teacher to so many young people, major leaguers that have gone on and been successful under Coach Shepard, and he's put a stamp on our program forever. And Shepard's in New Jersey. Shepard's are baseball. That family is New Jersey baseball. So, great group of people, and Coach Shep is remembered by everybody. Well, there you go.
Alex Clyde keeps you on the air.
Let's go, baby.
It's a 2-out single back up the middle.
Let's go.
Well, to your point, Alex Clyde, he played for Rob Shepard's cousin, Tim Byron.
There you go.
Who's Mike's nephew.
Yep.
And at Old Tappan High School, and Tim Byron, he was a great Pirate.
Yeah, that's right. Timmy and Vinny Byron are two great Seton Hall players. Yeah, Tim Byron's a Hall of Famer. Yeah, he's a Seton Hall of Famer. Yep. Absolutely.
I can only imagine the amount of Hall of Fame inductions that you end up seeing Shep at, because all the guys he coached, my goodness.
Well, it was the best when we run the Hall of Fame every year. We had a committee and all that kind of stuff. And I just said one day to Shep, I said, Shep, you're the committee. I don't really need anybody else. He knew everybody over the years who needed to go in, who didn't need to go in, and he would keep a little list. He would keep a list on him all the time. Who needs to go in the Hall of Fame? He was the best.
Well, and that's the thing, as Will Gale takes a ball, is that Mike Shepard was more than just the baseball coach on campus. He was involved all over the place, not just with his players, but all student athletes and students.
Yeah, he was faculty member in the School of Education. I took his class. I took a class of his when I was a student. I mean, he did, and he really embraced that, and he embraced all the other teams. Coaches would tell you he would know what every coach was doing. He would know how their seasons were going. He would go to games. He'd go to basketball games. He had tickets at the games. He would go to the softball games. He would go, whatever he had time to do. He'd go to the soccer games. He was at everything, because he understood the importance of just what it was to be a Seton Hall person, and was that just one of those 8-year guys. Went to the prep, went to the university, so he knew the area. Yeah, absolutely.
Bit down low.
Much like our pitcher tonight, Mr. Festa, Seton Hall prep guy, which we always love seeing. So
yeah, it just carries right through, and David Festus looked very good thus
so
far tonight.
I love it. Yeah, let's keep that going. Anything that keeps this game moving fast.
Yep, I bet you never thought you'd be on the air with me at 11:07 Eastern time at night.
I'm loving every minute of it, Johnny boy. Don't you worry. Yeah.
This is way past Pat Lyon's bedtime.
Oh,
bouncing
what is it?
Back up the middle.
His bedtime passed around 5 o'clock.
We'll stay here. We'll forget the commercial break.
Commercials? Yeah, I agree.
We roll right through here, and we'll come back to the broadcast booth where we are warmed up right now. John Fanta, Seton Hall Director of Athletics, and a Pirate alum, Brian Felt. We talked a little bit about it, but Walsh Gym, historic Walsh Gym, getting renovated right now. Some new and improved amenities coming to the place. What can you tell us?
So it looks fantastic, too. We actually, the new scoreboard just went up this last week. So it's they're clearing the floor now. Their new court will come in the next couple weeks. Kevin Sponto, who's here, he's our sport admin for baseball, has been really overseeing the project, done a tremendous job. But you'll have a whole new floor, brand new scoreboard, center hung scoreboard with the big screens, screens along the wall near the stage, brand new seats, baskets, everything. It's going to be fantastic.
That is going to be a lot of fun. What else is new right now at the Hall, and what can you say about heading into a year where we are, knock on wood, getting back to the norm that we've seen in college athletics?
It's kind of wild. The pandemic started during baseball season, ends during. I mean, right? I remember this team plays their first game in Mike Shepard Field, and then the world stops. And now we're here. But I think everyone's a little excited for an off season right now. I think in our department, I think on campus, on all of our campuses in the Big East, I think everybody's ready for a little bit of off season. But I think we're excited to come back with normalcy in the fall. I think most of our campuses sound like they're opening up. In a normal fashion as much as they can, and have our seasons as much as we can, and have a normal fall, soccer in the fall where it's meant to be played, and all that kind of stuff. So I think we're excited about that, without question.
This week coincides with Big East League meetings where you and your athletic director colleagues come together, talk about the year that was, the year coming up. What's it like when you all come together, and how much do you see that common thread of basketball and what ties everybody together when you do meet together?
I've always said that about the Big East when we reformed so many years ago. It's like-minded institutions. We've got we had 10 and now we have 11 like-minded institutions where basketball certainly leads the way as a premier sport. So that's been pretty special. It's a great group of people. There's a great camaraderie amongst the group. We had great meetings this week with all of our ADs, and so it's exciting. It's got a really great family atmosphere as a conference, which is nice. You know, when everybody gets along, it's a little bit more special.
This is Tyler DiMartino. 0-2 quickly. A check swing. He went, and David Festa has his 5th strikeout.
Okay. I love it.
Like a Friday night on MDW down the shore, David Festa is coasting thus far, and break down this pitch here.
Ooh, baby, look at that. Hey, the kid's been pitching great. Actually, I saw his last home game on campus. I think it was Georgetown. I don't know his last home game on campus. It was fantastic. So, he's got great stuff.
Works quickly, too.
I was going to say, I love that about him.
Hellman waves and misses. You know, you talk about the athletic directors, and you come together, and now you have a commissioner who's heading into the Basketball Hall of Fame in Val Ackerman.
Yeah, that's so happy for Val. It's such a well-deserved honor, especially to be able to go in with Jay Wright. We have Gino, who's a Hall of Famer. I mean, the Big East we're just accumulating these basketball Hall of Famers, so it's great.
Mr. Ewing.
Oh, how could I forget? You're right, Patrick. That's right. We got, yeah, I mean, there's no shortage. Let's put it that way. We could have some in the future for all we know. But, yeah, it's great. And we had a nice time talking about that this week when we all got together. You know, though it was digital, but it was exciting to be able to celebrate their inductions this September. You got to be happy you just got one game tonight.
You know what? This is, if we could start every game at 10 o'clock, I would love it. Because as you know, I'm a night owl.
This is true, you are.
You've emailed me at 11:30 at night. I'm ready.
I have, and you do respond right away. That's right. That is
Let's
true.
Let's go. If you're asking for me.
I don't know what it says about me emailing you at 11:30 either.
That's right. I am out of the office at 8 a.m. Morning is not my time. Those Kevin Willard early workouts when I'd have to take the camera out, those weren't always kind.
That'll get you.
He'd let me know how I look, too, in the morning. Hellman with a walk with one out.
Kevin's not short on giving you his opinion, that's for sure. That's for sure. We were just telling the story, as you know, I have two of my kids here. We were my one son's a big baseball player. He played at Cooperstown 2 years ago. Rain delays all day.
Oh, yeah.
They go out and they play at midnight.
Yeah.
And they throw a no-hitter. Heads around 2 in the morning, throws a no-hitter. Unbelievable. I said, this feels just like that. It's crazy.
It is amazing. And that's the thing. Everybody has their theories, their opinions. How does a conference tournament work? But we want to make a note of people. They got to move to first. And safe is the call for Hellman. Good move from Festa. The conference talks with these coaches. They go through things. And both these teams were gunning to play this game tonight.
Yeah, I think, it's funny. We were talking about that earlier outside with a couple folks. It's get a game in today. It's tough to get 3 in tomorrow. So, if you can get a game in tonight, too, that helps you. It gives you an opportunity.
That's lined into right by Schultz. Hellman stops at second base, and with 1 out, Xavier has 2 base runners.
Xavier support is here. I hear it.
Good piece of hitting by Schultz, just went the other way. It's a good pitch by Festa. It's better hitting by Schultz. And, you come to this ballpark, we saw it yesterday, combined 27 runs. It's 1-0 right now, but you know it as a baseball fan, there's a lot of baseball to be played.
A lot of baseball played, no doubt about this game. Listen, we saw the game yesterday. How many times has that game changed, right? Tons.
You're a Met fan.
And this is great practice for me when I get my dream and I can go on air with Gary, Keith, and Ron.
Yep.
I mean, this is well, you're a little bit better. I mean, come on, you're big time. I know that. Don't want you to be slighted.
No, GKR, that's the best trio in Major League Baseball.
I couldn't agree with you more.
A bunt here, laid down by Olsen. Festa fields, throws in time, and there's 2 down.
Heck of a job by Festa getting off the mound for that one.
Got another look at this. B, take us through.
Well done.
Little things.
It's like Marcus Stroman for my Mets. Guy can field like the best.
That's right.
We can talk. I can talk Mets all day, Johnny. You know what
Well, I mean, they've been a mass unit, and they're still right there.
Still right there, and if they with this patchwork job of a roster, I mean, it's unbelievable.
Luke Franzoni at the plate now. Franzoni, interesting, there's some New Jersey ties here, and there's some Seton Hall ties because Luke's brother, Paul Jr., plays baseball at New Jersey Institute of Technology, NJIT. They are onto the America East Championship game, and one of their assistant coaches,
that's right,
Giuseppe Papaccio.
Giuseppe Papaccio, who is one of the best, tremendous person, great Seton Hall player. Yeah, he's doing really well, by the way. I've talked to Giuseppe over the years, and he's done a nice job, and his goals are to be a head coach one day, and he will be. He'll be a great head coach one day.
Congrats to NJIT as well. Hope they can bring it home in the America East. They had to shift conferences. That's not easy.
It's great. Who are they going up against in the final?
I think Maine or Stony Brook.
Okay, all right.
Stony Brook had that run.
Stony Brook has good baseball.
The pride of our good friend Thomas Chen. He was the sports info director for a College World Series run by the Seawolves.
That's right. You are correct. I'm trying to remember my history. Giuseppe, was he on the 2011 team?
Yeah.
He was, right? On the Big East Championship team? That's right. I thought so.
The team that then beat Arizona, Seton
How
Hall
about that?
team.
That's right.
That's fouled back. It's 1-2, and a big at-bat here between Festa and Franzoni with that tying run 90 feet away. The go-ahead run at second, and Festa trying to leave two stranded. Pirates scored in the first. Connor Hood knocking an RBI single. 1-2. That's hit in the air out to right. Gale back, and that lands off the wall. Xavier takes the lead. Franzoni is motoring his way all the way into third with a two-run triple. Luke Franzoni turns the tides tonight.
With that wind blowing in, I didn't think many things would get out there.
Off the brick wall.
Off the brick wall. Opposite field power.
Yeah, Franzoni has come up big before. Once had a 3-homer day in this tournament. That was 2 years ago. And so he clears them. Xavier takes the lead, and here's Jack Hausinger. A called strike. Yeah, I give credit. It's 11:18 Eastern time, and this place has an atmosphere at this time of night.
It's impressive. There's no doubt about it. This community loves baseball.
There's some high heat from Festa.
This is a special little place, and this park is beautiful. The people that run it have just been extraordinary to deal with. They've been fantastic, and their love of this game is evident.
It's amazing how welcome you feel when you walk in.
Yeah, absolutely. It's fantastic. Knowledgeable fans, and that's what it's all about. And they've been great.
0-2 here. Hausinger 0 for 2 tonight. Tell you, Jerry Hunsinger does quite the job behind the dish.
Absolutely love watching him play. Nobody plays with more passion, more energy. And he's done a heck of a job. Yesterday he had a couple tough ones on that error to third, but made up for it at the plate, that's for sure.
And 3 hits yesterday.
Yeah,
2 outs, the 1-2. Just missed, says Steve Leonardo. Well,
we just saw our good friend Doug Sinella here in front, sitting down here. Father Joe Snell on our team.
Oh.
Another Seton Hall Hall of Famer.
Yeah.
former pitcher for the Mets organization.
He's a great one.
Yes, he was.
There's
Oh!
strike 3 call.
Got this side, nice.
We saw shades of Joe West and a little bit of Phil Cuzzy, but then a strike 3. But Luke Franzoni and Xavier take a 2-1 lead. Seton Hall AD Brian Felt with us last inning. Brian, thank you for the time. We appreciate it.
Thank you, John. Always great being with you.
We'll be back with more of the Big East Tournament, sponsored by Jeep.
If your money is working toward the same goals, why keep it in different places? SoFi is a one-stop shop for your finances, designed to work better together. Spend with SoFi and get cashback rewards that automatically go toward your goals, like investing in stocks, ETFs, and crypto. That's better together. Or pay down your SoFi debt sooner. That's better together. And that's how SoFi is helping millions get their money right.
Mike Schmaltz, John Fanta, back with you at Prasco Park, Big East Championship Baseball. Game number 3, and it's a good one, 2-1. Musketeers get a big shot from Luke Franzoni to take the 2-1 lead, and Lane Flam going to continue on here for Xavier on the hill as he gets into his 5th inning of work. Good one here between David Festa and Lane Flam.
Really quality game. And both Festa and Flam have pitched well.
This is Hunsinger, the leadoff hitter up for Seton Hall. Hunsinger flew out a couple of times tonight.
Well, bold strategy by Billy O'Connor to have Sam Olson bunt, but he did the job. It was a good bunt, moved the runners up, and you put your faith in your leadoff man. Seton Hall pitched to Luke Franzoni with Hunsinger behind him. That's why you do it, and he made him pay.
It's big time trust there, and that's going to be a lift for Luke Franzoni. Not that he needed it, but I was watching the flags on that at bat, and they were blowing stiffly in from left field, and Franzoni took that ball and drove it out into right field, and I was thinking the whole time, don't try to pump that out, pull that ball over the left field side as Hunsinger's going to pick up a single up the middle. Good effort there by Cushing, didn't get there in time. Seton Hall continuing to find the holes here in the Musketeer defense, and much like yesterday, John, not really drilling the ball all that hard, but finding the holes. And Hunsinger reaches here to start the inning.
Well, this Seton Hall team has 7 hits, and all of them have been for singles. But they just moved the line. At some point, though, they have to have somebody deliver something for extra bases. They have had so many base knocks. They've got 25 hits on this tournament. And I would think here, Mike, you're in a win-or-go-home game. It's time to have the Big East Steel Leader get a move. You've got Jerry Hunsinger at first. He needs to be running here.
Perfect. You can get a good contact hitter here in Looters.
Yep.
So it's a great situation. He's going to lay one down. Play for Olson is at first, and Hunsinger able to advance. So a little small ball coming for both sides tonight.
Well, you give the bat to Casey Dana and Matt Toke. I would have liked to see Looters potentially take a pitch, see if Hunsinger can get a move to second. There's a reason why he leads the conference in steals. But you know what? The point stands. He gets to second base with 1 out. You're going to play that small ball, and you're going to have Casey Dana come up. And why do you play the small ball? Get him in scoring position, and Casey Dana has 2 singles tonight. A single here, and this ball game's going to be tied at 2.
Yeah, in worst case scenario, he hits one deep enough to give Hunsinger a chance to tag. Hunsinger's got great speed. Then you got a runner at third with 2 outs. And you got Matt Toke coming up next.
I think it's 2-1 thus far. I think this game's going to open up. That's just how I see it.
Flam hung that ball. Hunsinger had to make the decision whether to tag early or not. That ball got out to Andrew Walker in a hurry. Casey Dana put a charge in it. But Walker right there, now 2 down.
Yeah, good swing on it, got the barrel. I'm really curious to see. Lane Flam has gotten Matt Toke both times tonight. First base is open. Toke's come up clutch in this tournament before. Just what does Flam do here? Does he attack?
There it is, fastball high. Toke didn't get a piece of it. Flam, nice play. And the Musketeers get out of trouble. So a leadoff single for Hunsinger. They leave him stranded at second base. And the Musketeers coming to bat leading 2-1 here after 5.
This is the Seton Hall story, one that comes to life every day on our campus. This is the place where great minds discover, innovate, collaborate, and find their true calling. This is the place where passion has a purpose, where learning inspires leading. The bonds we make, the values we teach, inspire our community to take heart and take action. This is Seton Hall University. This is what great minds can do.
I'm from Chicago, Cleveland,
Phoenix, Milwaukee,
Hartford,
Colorado, Oklahoma,
Thailand,
Norway,
Cameroon.
and I chose
I chose
I chose Xavier University.
for business, chemical science,
occupational therapy,
philosophy, politics, and the public.
computer science,
because it felt like home.
I knew I would be welcome.
because they take care of veterans.
I felt connected to the campus, to the people.
The sports.
I came here to be a musketeer,
And now,
I am.
I am.
I am.
All for one.
We are back at Prasco Park, Big East Championship baseball. Good one here between the Xavier Musketeers and Seton Hall Pirates. Xavier leads 2-1 as we are into the top of the 6th. We're joined by James Green, the Senior Director of Championships here for the Big East. Had a tough day today and an interesting day today. Just talk about the process. We had wind and rain blowing sideways. We had a 20-degree drop in temperature from yesterday, but both of these teams really wanted to play and went into just getting this game off tonight.
It was quite a bit, Schmaltzy. Yeah, it was a tough day, tough game to get off the ground today. But yeah, like you said, both teams really expressed a desire to play tonight. They were here. We held them off for a bit, and there was a lot of discussions between our committee, which involved a couple of administrators, also Susan Lipnicki from Xavier University, who's co-hosting this championship with us. And it's a lot of collaborative discussions basically between those administrators and myself and Prasco to try to make a determination really about what we could do about playing this game. And we really, realizing that it's an elimination game, we wanted to make sure that we could get a window, 3 or 4 hours, where we could get 9 innings in. So teams didn't have to worry about getting their starter up, getting them going, get into the game 3-4 innings, then have a rain delay. It's an important game. This is the biggest game of the season for these two teams. They're playing for their lives right now. We wanted to make sure that we had a playable window here. And we talked to both teams when we got to about 6 o'clock tonight. And we said, look, here's the option. We can play tonight. We look like we have a window starting at about 9:30, 10 o'clock. Or we push you guys off until late tomorrow morning when we still think we could have some rain, some showers. There's no guarantee that tomorrow's going to be any better than it's going to be at 10 o'clock tonight. And they said, you know what? We got a window. Let's go play. I said, okay, let's do it.
Yeah, so to fall along the timeline, it's supposed to be a 2:30 first pitch. Then it moved to no earlier than 5. Then it moved to 8 o'clock,
right.
And then we got our 10 o'clock window. So how many conversations are going back and forth during those time frames on those shifts? What's going on for you?
Several.
Phone burning up, or is it text? Is it, how are we doing?
It's
are we
text.
all in the same room?
Yeah, it's text.
They're not at the park yet, right?
There's text, there's phone calls that's going back and forth. There's what are you seeing here, what are you seeing there. I'm talking with Nate Hoffmeyer, who's our head ATC from Xavier, who's helping to run this championship. He has access to a local weather service that we basically consulted with several times today and got updated forecasts individually for where we are here at Prasco Park in Mason. So we were talking with him, and I'm texting with him, and he and I had a face-to-face after a couple calls this morning. And I'm talking to Susan, I'm talking with Seton Hall, I'm talking with other folks at Xavier. So it's an ongoing conversation. And then there were conversations with UConn and Creighton, because when we made the decision to push them back to tomorrow, they said, hey, can we go over to Legacy and get some cuts in? And we said, absolutely. And we have to fit them in around what we were trying to do for Seton Hall and Xavier. So a lot of moving parts.
Is there any concern on either side just about the change in the weather? So middle 70s yesterday, high 60s, and then into today. That was a big double play there for the Pirates with the runner on. We'll see if we might get a review out of this, but a nice exchange there for Clyde to shuttle that over to first. And it looks like we're going to continue on. Ball chopped up the middle. Clyde patient with it. Got it over to Hood, who got it to Toke. We'll see how close it was. Yep, beat him by about a half a step. This ball chopped to third. Clyde going to come up with the inning. And we'll stay here with James as Seton Hall gets out of a little bit of a sticky situation. So we're back with James Green. And again, talk about the concern maybe about the weather. So yesterday, about a 10-15 degree difference here tonight, and it really feels like fall out there.
It does. I mean, we went from late May to this feels like it should be
October,
a high school football
November,
game, a state
right,
playoff game, right? Yeah, I mean, the weather has not cooperated with us. We knew it was going to be a tough day today, even before we got on the plane when I was coming from New Jersey. We knew today was going to be a tough day. I don't think we realized it was going to be this difficult. I don't think we realized we were going to have this temperature difference. This feels like the weather that you're going to get with a Xavier home opener in mid-March, or a Seton Hall home opener in mid-March. So, but these teams are used to it. It's a little breezy out there, wind's blowing in. This is definitely a pitcher's game today, unlike what we normally see here at Prasco when the wind is blowing out of the southwest and blowing out to center field.
Yeah.
So I think for these two teams, this is reminiscent of what they see kind of middle of the regular season for them. So I don't think it's going to be that much different than what they're used to.
And the challenge, obviously, as you said, it's an elimination game. This could be the end of your season. Going pretty well here, though. It's a one-run game, 9 hits between the two, so not a whole lot affected that way. So pace of play, it seems like they're adjusting well.
Yeah, I think so. I think so. Again, these two teams articulated to us numerous times during the course of the day, hey, we want to play. We want to get this game in. We were hearing the players were hopping on the bus early to come over from the hotel. They were ready to go, and they were going into the cages across the way, and they wanted to get their cuts in. They just wanted to get started. They were like a coil that was tightly wrapped up and just waiting to uncoil. So they just wanted to get out there and play, and so that's what we said, let's do it.
Connor Hood, good lead off here for the Seton Hall Pirates, down 2-1. And just one last question. Just talk about the collaboration here with the Prasco Park staff. It's top notch here. They've got the tarp that was on there all day. They're kind of blowing air underneath that to circulate it. It's just fantastic conditions here, and that's all the hard work that takes place during the year and before the championship.
Yeah, we talked about it yesterday when I was on with you guys too, and we get great collaboration from them. They basically everything we ask for, they say we'll find a way to make it work. Even tonight talking about pushing the game time back and what is that going to do for their staff, because it makes a long day for everybody here. A long day for us, long day for the staff from Xavier, the staff from Prasco. And so everything else that's going on here, it's just tremendous that we get that kind of support from Prasco, and they're willing to help us out.
And the thing tonight, the Prasco staff passing out blankets in the stands. How about that?
I know.
For customer service.
I know. I feel
It's
like
amazing.
I could use one right now too. It's again, like I said, I'm not used to. I didn't pack for this 50 degrees and a wind chill here on Memorial Day weekend here in Ohio. So, but that is again, they look at serving their customers. They look at providing. They look at baseball and the experience here and providing this entertainment for families, even though it's a late game tonight. They look at what they provide as a service to their fans here, and so they always look at opportunities to do that.
Yeah, the staff was out there cleaning off seats, drying down seats for the fans here tonight. So one last question. So it's been a long day for you. How quickly are you going to get to sleep here tonight after the ninth inning concludes?
It depends on how long this game goes. But we've got timing sheets for tomorrow, and I was texting with UConn earlier, just telling them, okay, here's your approximate BP time tomorrow morning, and then we'll get Creighton on after them. And it's pretty much nonstop. I'm hoping if I can get a solid 4 to 5 hours tonight, it'll be a good victory for me.
Well, thanks for stopping by and explaining how this day came together, because I know it's a lot of work. I don't think people realize all the communication that goes back and forth when these things happen.
There is a lot of communication, but everybody's here to achieve the same thing. We're here for the athletes, especially after this year that they've experienced. We're really proud of what our athletes have gone through here this year with everything. And you know what? If today's rain is the worst we deal with at this tournament this year, we're doing okay.
Absolutely. Well, thanks for all you do for us here for the broadcast, and that's just another element of it as well. But doing a great job, and congratulations on getting this one off tonight.
Thanks, Schmaltz. I appreciate it.
That's James Green, the Director of Championships here with the Big East. And there's one down now for the Seton Hall Pirates as John Fenton jumps back in. Pretty incredible stuff there, the way it goes back and forth. And again, I know you probably know a little bit more about it, but it's just interesting, all the layers that go into moving these games around.
I don't think people understand just how much folks like James Green, his colleagues in the championships department, at the top, Chris Schneider, Tania Kennedy. This has been a spring unlike any other, and those people have so much on their plates. They just don't manage the tournaments. They manage the season. Yes. COVID-19 stoppages, schedule changes. They were all over that stuff. Major kudos to them. Hope they can enjoy a Mai Tai on the beach.
There will be a time and place for that. Absolutely.
I have to tell you.
Here it comes.
While I was gone, I got a text message.
Yes.
From a good friend of mine, a guy named Jay. And he said that you could be Steve Carell.
Yeah, I've heard that before.
Really?
I've heard that before, yeah. It happens a little bit.
Oh, okay, you get that a lot.
Yeah.
So you could kind of be Steve Carell.
The profile there.
Yeah. Maybe I'm Drew Carey.
Yeah.
Little Drew Carey here.
I thought you were going to tell us we got invited to go on tour with a dance troupe because of Club BEDN.
Yeah, right.
That's where I thought this was going.
Oh.
In which case we would have had to find some folks to fill in for us the rest of the weekend.
Right.
As Tyler Shedler McAvoy's retired on a nice play there from Natalie Monastra. So 2 down now for the Pirates. And maybe that message will come for us.
Right. We're still waiting
in the coming days and hours.
Yeah.
But, that's going to circulate around. And again, West Coast time, we're probably getting maybe some Hollywood folks out there, some talent producers. Kevin Brelethan's out there, one of our Rush folks.
In San
Diego. Helps us
Diego.
produce these in San Diego. So that could be floating around out there.
Yeah.
We could have some tough decisions coming up.
Our phone lines are open. And if you have an opportunity for Mike and I to be your dancers, we
Weddings?
would love. Yeah, we would do
Weddings,
a wedding.
Birthday parties, maybe?
Birthday parties as well, yeah.
So, some good stuff. This is Scotto coming to the plate here with 2 down. He's got a 1-1 count. So Scotto yet to reach here tonight. I mentioned his big day yesterday. As Lane Flam continues to battle here for the Musketeers, 1-1 count. Scotto knocks the ball down the third base line.
Where did you learn all those moves from?
Well, I think it just comes naturally, John. You feel the energy, you feel the beat. We feed off your energy. You were playing a little 70s music for us, a little Casey and the Sunshine Band, right?
Yep.
Yeah.
Yeah, I love Casey.
Ball is popped up on the infield. Little miscommunication there. Lane Flam going to come and take the ball and end the inning. So he looked at Natalie Monastra for a couple seconds and decided, I better go catch that ball. Xavier leads 2-1 here at Presco.
This is the Seton Hall story, one that comes to life every day on our campus. This is the place where great minds discover, innovate, collaborate, and find their true calling. This is the place where passion has a purpose, where learning inspires leading. The bonds we make, the values we teach, inspire our community to take heart and take action. This is Seton Hall University. This is what great minds can do.
I'm from Chicago. Cleveland.
Phoenix, Milwaukee,
Hartford.
Colorado, Oklahoma,
Thailand.
Norway.
Cameroon.
and I chose
I chose.
I chose Xavier University.
for business, chemical science,
Occupational therapy.
philosophy, politics, and the public.
Computer science.
Because it felt like home.
I knew I would be welcome.
Because they take care of veterans.
I felt connected to the campus, to the people.
The sports.
I came here to be a musketeer.
And now,
I am.
I am.
I am.
All for one.
Mike Schmaltz, John Fanta back with you on the Big East Digital Network presented by SoFi Championship Baseball. Big East Baseball, BEDN After Dark tonight. And Billy O'Connor and the Xavier Musketeers have a 2-1 lead. They're coming to bat here with Tyler DiMartino, the designated hitter tonight. Big blow for the Musketeers, a double from the leadoff hitter Luke Franzoni to the number 9 hitter Sam Olsen laid down a nice sacrifice bunt to get 2 in scoring position. Franzoni delivered for the Musketeers.
Well, that's the lone extra base hit of this game. And you just look at the way that this game's been played.
DiMartino, good contact. Got that one to fall. Down in front of Tyler Shedler. McAvoy in center. So the Musketeers starting to heat up the bats here on the cool evening.
This is a rifle.
DiMartino, yeah, known for the contact hitting, right? That's why he's in the lineup. Just drove a low fastball out to center field. Now Alex Hellman stands in.
And you think about the fact Seton Hall has 7 hits, but all of them have been singles. Xavier with 3, but the biggest one, that Franzoni triple off the brick wall. You hit one out to that alley and right, and it gets off the brick, and you're going to clear the bases. And you have to credit Franzoni because this is somebody who 2 years ago in this very tournament, Schmaltzy, had 3 home runs in a day.
He did. He broke onto the scene big time with the Xavier Musketeers, and he was kind of the all-or-nothing hitter at that point. Hellman grounds this one. Good double play chance. Hood with the throw on to first and pulled Toke off the bag. And Hellman will be safe. There's one of those little plays, John, that can make a difference.
For sure. Tough play for Toke, who's normally automatic. I think it's the right call here. Clyde does his part. It was a roller. And that throw just a little bit high, and I think the umpire makes the right call. Hood's foot is off the bag. But they're going to take a look at this, which means it is our first video review of the night. It's time for Umpire Theater.
Well, we do think that there's some concession over there in that tent. At least it was yesterday.
What do they serve?
Because they spent a lot of time over there. Well, tonight I'm sure it's going to be the hot chocolate. I'm sure the Presco folks have a blanket over there as well.
Yeah.
Keep everybody warm while they're taking the review. Now, I know you're not a big fan of this review situation. What do you think of this one?
I understand why on this bang-bang situation there's a world where it's live where we notice that his foot is up in the air. Maybe there's a part of Seton Hall that says, okay, there's a clear angle potentially in which if his foot got back to the bag in time, he could be out. I get that this review, because it is a situation where the foot comes off the bag and then it does come back on. But I think this call is going to stand.
I do too. 2-1 elimination game. So situational, John. Situational. This is a good thing.
Good thing. Good thing. I think sometimes video review can be too much. You see the Seton Hall bullpen is in motion right now. Looks like Christopher Shine, from what I can see, is down in the pen. 18. That's Christopher Shine. The sophomore right-hander is getting up. And if you're Seton Hall, you got to keep it at 2. So that's why you also ask for the review. You want to keep the run deficit at 1. What stands out to me is you said hot chocolate and blankets earlier tonight. They always ask us in the press box, you guys need anything? You guys need anything? They'd walked away from you, but you did say a filet would be nice.
Filet would be nice, yeah, sure. A nice summer squash and vegetable mix.
Do you cook?
You gotta ask.
Do you cook at all?
Yeah, absolutely.
You a good griller?
Steak's not hard. I mean,
no, it's cow.
Yes. Little filet. You gotta ask.
Yeah,
I mean, you don't know. I mean, they produced everything else here tonight. They produced blankets for the fans.
Oh yeah, no.
They produced hot chocolate.
Listen, You're looking for
I
red meat
think
around here.
somewhere
You don't have to go far.
on the Prasco complex.
Oh, yeah, for sure. Oh, they could give you a good ribeye.
Right. And Creighton's in town.
It's
so
just taking a little too long.
That's beef country, Omaha.
Right.
Right?
A video review almost feels like when you go outside the movie theater during the movie for a popcorn bucket refill. You don't want to leave the movie, but you really want the popcorn. And it always, if you're in the seat waiting for the refill, you feel like it takes forever to get the refill.
Yes.
And you feel bad for the person that went to go get it because they're missing a vital part of the movie.
I will say this, and I will concede this point to you. This is taking too long.
No, this is taking longer
And
than a
that was
bathroom trip for me.
fairly obvious play there at first. And they also took a look at the out at second, as we understand. So let's give them a little bit of a break. So they thought Connor Hood may have not scraped the base before the relay throw.
Oh, we got to
So in light of that, that's a pretty good break for Seton Hall. So there's Clyde. He's slow-moving grounder. Oh, I don't know. You know, back in the day, that was a proximity play, right? You didn't really have to have contact
It
with
still
the bag
should be.
because of the timing. It's pretty obvious.
It still should be a
that
proximity
the throw beat
play.
the runner.
It's part of it still should be a proximity play. It's like checking into a basketball game. You know, if you don't always have to tell the officials, you're checking in. If you're Trayvon Blewett, we know you're coming in.
Well, now, if you're going to do that, now, if you get a basketball rebound, can you just start the fast break? You don't have to, after a make? You don't have to go take it over the end line and come back in? Would you approve of that? Just kind of a straight sprint down there.
I hate when they call. I hate when they make the call when you take it on the end line like they do it prematurely. Stop. Okay? That person probably doesn't like Halloween candy.
How do you draw that conclusion?
I don't know.
Where did that come from?
I have no idea. Because people that don't like Halloween candy are grumpy. Like that guy in Big Daddy who gave out magazines for the treat. That guy stinks.
No, he's trying to make the world a better place. It's an educational treat, right? Literacy campaign?
Not a fan.
Garrett Schultz is at the plate, meanwhile, for the Xavier Musketeers with
I almost forgot there was a game
one on
going
and one out, and it's a 1-1 count. And Schultz rips this one down the line. Chance for extra bases if it's fair, and it's going to be foul. So Schultz puts a charge in one, and that pitch count starting to creep up there for David Festa. 94 pitches to start the inning.
You just hear that from the dugout, the foul call?
Yeah. So what if you were commissioner of all sports?
Oh, God.
Okay.
Good luck.
How much fun would we have?
10 o'clock starts every night.
10 o'clock starts?
Yeah.
You
No
go
8
for that?
a.m. meetings.
You go for that?
Zooms are gone.
What other one rule would you really like to change in sports?
Well, I do have one. I'd tell you exactly what I would change. Volleyball officials should not have to wear white shoes. They should be allowed to wear the shoes that they would like. This is like in the episode of Seinfeld when remember the doorman doesn't have a chair? And George puts a chair out for him to sit in. I would just like to, for once, walk into a gym and give a volleyball official a pair of Jordans.
Yeah, let them style it up.
Yeah,
now, do you know for a fact it has to be white shoes?
Yes,
and what's the
I do.
what's the
that's
rationale?
apparel. They have to wear nursing shoes.
Why?
I don't exactly.
Is it in the rule book?
I don't. Well, I think it's in the AVCA book.
It's not in your rule book, clearly.
No, it would never be. What difference does it make?
It doesn't. Schultz puts this one on the ground softly. Nice play by Hunsinger over to Token. 2 down now. But advancing to second is Hellman.
Yeah, that and then the block charge rule. I would totally. I think every year it's rinse and repeat with block and charge. You know, and you do a lot of basketball games. Yeah. There's no rhyme or reason sometimes to what that is. I feel bad for the officials.
We talked about proximity, and sometimes that can be a proximity call.
Big time proximity
right?
call. Well, there's nothing that's more head scratching than when there's a bunch of contact and there's no call at all. You know, you're just like, that has to be something. In baseball, I don't know. I wouldn't change much. I would remove Rob Manfred.
Would you like to be the baseball commissioner?
No. No, I wouldn't want to be.
This is Sam Olson at the plate, by the way.
I just don't like the runner on second base rule. That's not baseball. You play 9 innings of one rule, and then you don't do it the rest of the way.
I don't like it on the professional level because they get paid to play the game. I don't mind it. I didn't really like it at first here collegiately, but when you think about it, it could save some pitching arms for some of these younger players.
Fair.
How about universal DH?
That rule doesn't bother me as much. I'm okay with universal DH. I'm okay with universal DH. But I don't understand the runner on second at the professional level. Like, let's play 9 innings one way and then switch the rules in the 10th.
Right.
That doesn't make much sense to me.
No, I don't like that either. I agree with you there. So you got a 2-0 count here to Olson. And last time, Billy O'Connor elected to bunt him and move some runners. Going to have to let him hit here with a 2-1 count, 2 down. But a chance for Olson to deliver here a much-needed insurance run. Just 2-1.
Well, even if he can get on base. If it's 2-1 here, unless it's in my hot zone, I'm taking it. You want to try to get back to Franzoni.
Swung on, missed, and Festus crossed over the 100-pitch mark tonight with that offering, and now the count 2-2.
And he's done his part. He's done his part. Last time these two teams met in an elimination game, Xavier won 2-0. Again, tonight, the pitchers have done their part. It's cold. It's tough to get a run across. Seton Hall just hasn't had a big bat. Franzoni's been the difference. He's on deck. That's why if you're Festa, you gear back and you throw your fastball.
Here comes the 2-2. Swung on, missed. John Fanta calls it. Olson retired, and the threat extinguished for the Xavier Musketeers. They leave a runner at second base. Seton Hall coming to bat here in the bottom of the inning. Chance to tie. Trail at 2-1.
David Festa, you bring South Orange Avenue to Tito's Burritos. Somebody call Greco's for this man. A large pepperoni.
If your money is working toward the same goals, why keep it in different places? SoFi is a one-stop shop for your finances, designed to work better together. Spend with SoFi and get cashback rewards that automatically go toward your goals, like investing in stocks, ETFs, and crypto. That's better together. Or pay down your SoFi debt sooner. That's better together. And that's how SoFi is helping millions get their money right.
Back at Presco Park in the Big East Baseball Championship Tournament. Game 3 here, delayed hours today by blowing winds, strong rains, but yet a great crowd on hand here tonight. The Presco Park staff helped out, passing out blankets out in the crowd tonight, and they've stuck around for a very good ball game. 2-1 Xavier as Seton Hall comes to bat here in the bottom of the 7th.
You know, I want to say something else here tonight.
John Fanta has been on the soapbox, and we're calling this Fanta After Dark. We're calling this kind of Club BEDN. Yeah. And John Fanta has a forum. We believe the West Coast is engaged in this forum, and John has things to say.
Okay, hold on. After this pitch.
Lane Flam still on the hill for the Xavier Musketeers as he goes into his 7th inning of work. Flam has thrown 83 pitches tonight.
Mr. at Big East Base on Twitter, tear down this wall.
Stop it. It's 1-1.
Yeah, well, I'm telling you, at Big East Base on Twitter.
Listed as the official. That's a sticky point. It's listed as the official Twitter account, and it's.
You're not the official.
Big East does not control the content there. That's a good shot for Tyler Shedler McAvoy to lead off the inning. So now, John, really similar to yesterday. 8 hits now for Seton Hall, but just 1 run, and that came in the first inning. And Shedler McAvoy a pitch again on the outside portion of the plate. Again, Xavier was playing the shift up the middle. They played Cushing really behind Lane Flam more often than they played him straight away, the Xavier second baseman. Now Will Gale stands in. The good opportunity once again to turn it over to the top of the lineup. Gale singled back into second to do just that. Ball outside. That was Alex Clyde with the single, actually. And now Will Gale with a chance to move Clyde over. Clyde back safely on the move to first.
Well, again, you're going to play the small ball game. You know, Olsen is anticipating the bunt. I wonder if Gale can get this to the first base side.
He'll do it. Monastra out, going to have to make the play at first. A little off balance, got it there. And Gale able to move the runner. So Clyde to second after the leadoff single. Good play by Tommy Monastra behind the bat.
This is the key moment in the game for me, because this is now the 4th time that Lane Flam has seen this lineup and that this lineup has seen him. So 4th time around, you know what your hot zone is, and Jerry Hunsinger singled his last time up right back up the middle. And you notice Cushing's kind of holding the runner, Clyde, but I like that Cushing's playing middle, second baseman for Xavier. Because Hunsinger goes right back up the middle typically, Schmaltzy. You know, I think he should stay right there.
Good spot here for Hunsinger.
Yeah.
Statistically, hits .318 with runners in position. .299 with runners on base. Flam continuing to work. That ball skitters away. Monastra able to smother it. And Clyde almost got caught up there for the Pirates off the base.
Wow. That right there was postseason baseball. Margin for error, it's thin. And Monastra, it was like in the movie The Incredibles when Mr. Incredible, whoever the flex man was. Oh no, Mrs. Incredible. She's got the elastic arms. He was keeping that baseball so close. Now 3-0. I don't know if Hunsinger's going to see a strike. You might just want to put him on.
Yeah, Flam missed there. When you put him on, you got to deal with looters.
You do.
And we mentioned he's a good contact hitter.
You hope that a double play ball, though, that's the flip side of things for Flam.
And it would open up the force out at third as well.
Yep.
Trying to check out the Xavier bullpen. They do have a little action. Luke Bell yesterday came in for the Musketeers and really closed the door on Connecticut to close out that ball game. See if Bell might be an option. He went 1 2/3. He threw 25 pitches to 6 hitters, and he struck out 4 of them. And a lot of that was fastball.
Good job. I'm actually really intrigued now. I love that Flam's not giving in. Let's go. Put the seatbelt on right now. Buckle up for this at-bat. Power pitching versus power hitting.
1 count.
Yep.
And he goes breaking ball and misses outside. So now, as you mentioned, you got the potential for the force out at third base. And for the Musketeers, you see Trevor Olson up in the pen. Olson has started some games this season for the Xavier Musketeers. Another veteran arm for Billy O'Connor. Olson with a 3.16 ERA. This is Luters with now runners at first and second. So, John, a big opportunity here for Seton Hall, nonetheless.
Yeah, and the way that Lane Flam has pitched tonight, Mike, I understand why you try to ride that horse. You want him to be the one to determine this game at this point. But this is a challenge. I mean, this is a really big task for Lane Flam. A Cincinnati kid, a junior, a huge moment for him on this stage. We got the
yeah, Hunsinger's going to go over behind the mound there to the pad. Little bristle pad back there. You're able to clean your cleats off. So Hunsinger, one of the better runners in the conference, wants to make sure he's got clean footing. Luter's going to continue to battle here with an 0-1 count.
Field's held up nicely tonight.
Field's held up great.
Yeah, I mean, come on.
You didn't see any extra work to it. You know, a lot of times you see the diamond dust out there and they're kind of pounding it around. Ball foul back. But again, it is state-of-the-art stuff here. The tarp was over the field, obviously, all day. They do circulate air beneath that tarp with some blowers. And one thing we didn't really ask about is the draining system, but the way this park's put together, I'm sure there's some capacity for that as well.
I'm surprised how much room there is on the right side in the infield.
Yeah. And Xavier's played it that way all night. They've got burned a couple of times with it.
Hey, happy Saturday.
Welcome to Saturday. Elimination Friday has evolved to Elimination Saturday. And a lot of people predicted 3 games on Saturday. We got a couple innings to start it off. Little appetizer for you for what's coming up tomorrow.
Yeah, these two teams are playing like two teams that know what the stakes are. If one of these, not if, the loser of this game is going home. The winner stays alive, has to win 3 more times.
Flem checks back and fires over the outside portion of the plate. He missed 1 and 2.
But the winner of this game, go back to the hotel, get some rest. You don't have much time, but tomorrow, Creighton or UConn has to play twice.
Correct.
The loser of the Creighton-UConn winners bracket game, the loser of that game has to play at 4 o'clock.
Ball on the inside portion of the plate misses, and the count evens at 2 and 2. So Flam now at 94 pitches through 6 1/3. Has thrown a couple more, so he's nearing that 100-pitch plateau. And for me, John, he's done his job here tonight for the Musketeers. Elimination game.
Sure.
You've given up 1 run, and that was in the first inning. Luters fouls this one back.
I'll tell you, this is why Luters is the number 2 hitter for Seton Hall. And look, right now it's 2 and 2, and Lane Flam might get Luters. But Luters is laying off the pitches he needs to lay off of. He's fouling off the pitches he needs to foul off, and he only has 10 strikeouts on the season. He's who you want up in this spot, and I'm looking for him to try to get it through the right side of the infield. There is a gap for him. If he goes the other way with the pitch, lays off, he could do some damage.
Lifts this one foul. No play there for Monastra behind the plate. And keeps the count even at 2-2.
This is a great at-bat. And if you're Casey Dana, you're due up next. You're watching every pitch here. This is the type of at-bat, even if it results in an out. The last thing you want is a double play, but even if it results in an out, if you're Seton Hall, like you're getting the full view of him right now, Lane Flam, and he's having to work as he crosses the 100 pitch mark. Flam is gutsy. I mean, he is a gutsy pitcher. And if you're Billy O'Connor, you have to be so proud of what he's giving you in your first elimination game.
2-2 on the way again. And that one low, and Menastra, again, a nice job to smother that.
Brilliant at-bat. This is a brilliant at-bat by Luters. He's only a .227 hitter.
Alex Clyde is at second base after the leadoff single here in the inning. Then the walk to Hunsinger, who's at first. One down, and Lane Flam trying to battle on here for the Musketeers. He scattered 8 hits tonight, but just 1 run given up. And he hits him. Tough spot there for Flam as that one got away, and Luters gets plucked in the back. And now they're loaded. Let's get a look at it, and that's a ball that just slipped out of his hand. So there's maybe, perhaps, John, the first sign of fatigue from Lane Flam. Now the pitch count at 103 here on our monitor. And here comes Brian Furlong, the Xavier pitching coach. So it looks like 2 arms working there in the Musketeer bullpen. We know one is Trevor Olson. Olson's had a solid season, a 4-3 record through 9 starts. He's made 13 appearances so far, 57 innings. Billy O'Connor talked about there's guys we trust in that bullpen, and Trevor Olson's certainly one of them. They can get a good look at the second Musketeer pitcher warming up, but both of them have been throwing for a while.
Well, this is the type of situation now where Casey Dana coming to the plate. Casey Dana, an All Big East second team selection. In the past has been known as Seton Hall's premier power hitter. This year he's led the team with 7 homers, 5 of which have come in conference play. But if you're Casey Dana, you don't try to do too much, Mike. You know that you're down a run. If you hit one in the outfield, you bring that tying run in.
Absolutely, just got to get it deep enough. Contact here in front of the plate. Flam's going to go to home, and he tried to scoop it and didn't get it there. Natali Menastra pulled off the plate, and Flam had to make a quick decision, tried to do it with his glove hand, and Seton Hall has tied the game.
He didn't have to do that. He didn't have to do that. And I'll tell you, the smart play there is to first base. Take another look. This is just a tapper, and Flam, the glove. I understand what he's attempting to do, but I don't like the decision there. You got to go to first base. You get the out. Dana doesn't have the wheels. Get the out. If it's 2-2 and there's 2 outs in second and third, you get the third out. It's not as bad. Your bats will get going. Now you got to face Toke.
So Flam still in trouble here. Now the game's tied as Alex Clyde came in to score, and the leadoff single pays off now for the Pirates. So base is still loaded, and John, same situation. All Toke has to do is lift one out.
Yeah, he's capable of it, but I think Flam's angry. Give him credit. He fires 2 fastballs right in there. Now, you've got pitches to work with here. Go to that breaking ball.
Missed outside, and Menastra set up well outside there, so they're trying to get Toke to chase. He shows some discipline. Takes an 0-2 ball. 1-2. Took 667 for the season with the bases loaded. 1-2 is chopped over to Cushing. Cushing going to go to second base. Hausinger got the force out. Run will score, and Hausinger didn't have a chance to make the relay over to first. So the Xavier Musketeers, and what helped out there with that ball, it took a big hop before it got to Cushing, and that delayed Hausinger's chance to try to throw it over to first. So when run scores, and Seton Hall has the 3-2 lead.
Interesting. Let's take another look here. Here's the thing. This is a chopper. This would have been a tough turn. I don't think so. I do not think that that's interference.
It was a good hard slide into second.
That's a clean, hard slide to me, Mike. There's not enough there.
I'll agree with you, John.
They're going to look at it.
And I think the timing, again, just thrown off by the high hop, softly hit off the bat. So our crew will go back to the tent for a review. And Jack Hausinger out there trying to make his point. Showing second base umpire Rick Allen, hey, this is where he started the slide. And Hausinger going to make a nice case here.
I just don't think, here's the thing, the angle that they're going to look at is the angle that we saw. And I don't think that there's enough there to say that's interference. And this is where video review needs to take place. It was a hard slide. I just think, Schmaltzy, that in this instance, I don't think it's hard enough to be a runner's interference. And not that this actually, I don't think that this is taken into account. In fact, it's not. But bear in mind here, that would have been a very tough turn back to first on a chopper.
That was my point on that. The timing was off on it. And I don't know if Hausinger would have got it there in time anyway, just due to the fact that the ball was hit softly. It took two really big hops before it even got to Cushing.
My goodness, Seton Hall. I mean, they're on the cusp of getting a third run if this stands without having an extra base hit in this game. It's just all small ball.
Very similar to what happened to him yesterday.
Right.
And Creighton was able to come back there late. But they're out hitting the Musketeers now 8-3, 3-2, and a nice two-run inning working here.
I'll give my opinion. Again,
please.
This is not interference by the runner. It's not.
I'm going to agree with you.
And I also think that it's pretty clear. I really don't think there's much up for debate.
There are times when it is obvious that a runner is trying to take out a defender. And I don't think this is one of them.
I got to tell you, if this were to get overturned,
you think Rob Shepard's going to have something to say?
I don't know if Rob Shepard is. He'll be waking up the echoes. Because
what it would do in effect is take your leading run off the board. They're going to call him out at second. Wow. Wow.
So they're calling interference.
They held it
there.
up.
That is a terrible call, in my opinion.
So there it is. You get a look at it. Softly hit high chopper. Cushing over to Hausinger, who made contact there. And I don't know, John. I'm with you still on that one.
I disagree with the call there.
Seton Hall will have a run come off the board. It's 2-2 as we head to 8 here on the Big East Digital Network.
If your money is working toward the same goals, why keep it in different places? SoFi is a one-stop shop for your finances, designed to work better together. Spend with SoFi and get cashback rewards that automatically go toward your goals, like investing in stocks, ETFs, and crypto. That's better together. Or pay down your SoFi debt sooner. That's better together. And that's how SoFi is helping millions get their money right.
Mother Nature has woken up in the middle of the night. She's gone to get her Pepto-Bismol, apparently.
Folks, that is not snow, that is rain, but those are the conditions that really we arrived at the ballpark with. Arrived about 5:30 here today, and that's the situation that this grounds crew has faced and the administration here for the tournament has faced. And now we're going to play deeper into the night, a 2-2 ball game. We will go 9 here for this game, top of the 8th. Seton Hall is just in an interference call, remove what would have been a 3-2 lead. And now the Musketeers get back to business with Luke, the leadoff hitter. Double. And he sends this one far out into right field. Making center field, Tyler Shedler-McAvoy there in the gap in left center. And to corral that circle under it. And it looks like maybe the rain and the wind had a little bit to play with that. But Shedler-McAvoy, the veteran, able to hold on to it. Get a look at the end of that play. No, I think he had it pretty well under control and lost that on the exchange.
So one down here for Jack Hausinger. Hausinger 0 for 3 today. Well, a big call there to end the 7th inning. This game stays tied at 2. Hausinger now 1-2, and David Festa is just gearing back. This is his 112th pitch about to come in.
Ball fouled off.
Out of play.
And now he's doing it in a little bit of a driving rain here. You can see sort of a ripple on his pants there as that wind is crossing the front of him. Take a look at what is going on out there.
Oh my. I mean, that looks like lake effect rain off of Lake Erie, something I was used to growing
Absolutely.
up. And it becomes so hard to hit. You know, and I think that's the thing for Xavier now, Mike, is Xavier has the 3 hits. Look at the wind. It's been up to 30, 40 miles per hour at times tonight. It is AFC North weather, if you will. 2-2. This is a little flare hit out to center. Diving play. That ball dropped. Heading into second base, sliding in safely is Jack Hausinger. You have to play things on the base paths in these conditions, and he did it perfectly to give the Musketeers a runner in scoring position.
Well, aggressive play for Jack Hausinger. And once Tyler Shedler-McAvoy went down and tried to slide to catch that ball, Hausinger kept running the entire time. And once you see that defender leave its feet, that ball just got about 10 feet away from him. Hausinger was going the entire way. And the Musketeers trying to capitalize with Jack Hausinger at second base now here in the 8th.
And Andrew Walker at the dish. 0 for 2 tonight. He walked in the 6th. And all Big East second team selection. It's these moments that are why you're in this position. And right now, David Festa just hitting the reset button. He's had 114 pitches. And I got to say right now, Mike Schmaltz, you have to wonder at what point here does it get to be too much for Festa? He's been great in this outing, but this is where you want to go to a bullpen or in a 2-2 game, or at least be thinking about it.
Festa still looking strong, however. He did miss there a little bit low 1-0.
Absolutely. But this is the beauty of our conversation is you wrestle that line, right? You know it's 2-2. You know that next run provides a huge boost for momentum's sake. And you know that if Walker can find a home, Hausinger just showed us his wheels. And he's got them. 12 stolen bases on the year. 2-0. The 2-0. It's 3-0, and Natali Manastra the power hitting cleanup man for the Musketeers, is licking his chops, thinking about the possibility. He's on deck. One down here in the 8th. Xavier trying to pull ahead. Halsinger at second. There's a strike.
Good answer there by Festa to come in 3-1. Halsinger taking all the way. Still a good hitter's count for the leading Xavier hitter for the season. It's active. And Halsinger back to second. Well, if Walker can deliver here, how big of a play was that decision for Halsinger on that dying fly ball into center field to make that decision to go the entire way and get to second base?
For sure.
There
Line drive through the left side. Coming around third is Halsinger. The left fielder, Scotto, slipped and fell. The Xavier Musketeers take the lead. Andrew Walker comes up clutch.
Back-to-back doubles for the Musketeers, and Andrew Walker got a pitch high on the outside portion of the plate, went with it, delivered a solid line drive. Scotto in the wet conditions out there lost his footing fielding it, and that allowed Walker to get to second base. Now the pitching change here for the Pirates.
David Festa has done everything he can to keep his team in it. But at some point, Xavier, such a clutch offensive team. And the timely hit by Andrew Walker.
Well, Walker, a season where he kind of came out of nowhere here for the Xavier Musketeers, delivers in a huge moment in the elimination game. And such a change of fortune again for the Seton Hall Pirates. Yesterday, a comeback victory by the Creighton Blue Jays. Today, an interference call which pulled a leading run off the board and set up this opportunity here for the Musketeers.
Party at Dana's. Xavier Magic here in the 8th. And just a great piece of hitting by Walker. And it all started with Halsinger. They call that a single and an error. And Seton Hall goes to Christopher Shine, the sophomore for the Pirates. Christopher Shine making his 8th appearance of the season. 3.38 ERA. He's given up 9 earned runs. He struck out 21. He's walked 15. He's come on here in the recent weeks, but this is a tall task for Christopher Shine, making his Big East tournament debut. And you got to think here, Mike, Seton Hall still has the 6 outs to work with. These are the key areas in the game because Lane Flam is nearing the end or at the end of his road. And Xavier, that bullpen, which has been a little bit up, down, they're going to have to take things over as we have a pinch runner here. It's Andrew Sexton, the senior, who will pinch run for Walker now at second base.
So Billy O'Connor going for it here with Andrew Sexton speedy. Sexton got into the game late yesterday and actually had a double against Connecticut. So Billy O'Connor leaves a bat in the lineup as well with this move. And now, here's what Billy O'Connor calls the epitome of a Xavier baseball player. Natali Menastra coming to the plate in a big situation, 1 down, and Menastra trying to tack on.
First pitch strike from Shine. Xavier just 5 hits, but an RBI triple by Luke Franzoni to get them going, and then number 2 hitter Jack Halsinger with the double that dropped in center. 2 huge parts of this game. They've made the most of those 5 hits as it goes to 1-1.
So rain still coming down. Wind is lightened up a little bit from that first gust, but tricky conditions out there in the outfield. We've already seen Scotto lose his footing. McAvoy went sliding for a ball. So you'd have to think anything to the outfield, Sexton's going to try to score.
Absolutely. Outfield plays straight away. That wind is wicked right now. You don't know if a ball gets in the air in the outfield, it's going to be tricky. It is really blowing out. 1-2. A little bit upstairs, and it's even. Shine looks good thus far.
My little weather app here on the internet says it's a 12-mile-an-hour wind. That looks a lot more faster than 12 miles an hour.
The weather app is wrong. That is fake news. Sexton at second. That's in the dirt, and it's 3-2.
Good job by Hunsinger to square that up. Sexton was thinking about it.
I'll tell you, it's not most Seton Hall baseball in the Big East tournament feature the nail-biting situations.
It's entertaining, there's no question about that, but it is a hand wring.
Another day for the Pirates. They're down another run here now. 3-2 from Shine. That's up high. It's a walk. It's a good at-bat by Monastra, and Xavier has things rolling here in the 8th.
So the Musketeers feeling the momentum now, first and second. Now you got Jared Cushing up at bat, who's had a nice finish to his season. Had a great series out of Creighton, the final series of the regular season. And Cushing yesterday had the good outing for the Musketeers. He was part of the bulk of the offense. He was 1 for 4 and had the only RBI.
For 2 tonight. He walked in the second. He looks at a strike that just hits the outside corner.
Cushing, a transfer in from Texas Tech. He's had some injuries this season, collided with Ryan Altenberger, the shortstop for the Musketeers, who's not available for this tournament, but had some stitches in his head from that. He's playing with a banged up finger here tonight. He did that trying to bunt. See if we can get a look at that splint. Kind of see it on his right hand. There you get a good look at it. See that white tape there? Cushing playing through that. John, we talked about timely hitting, and we've seen a couple already tonight for the Musketeers. This would be a huge one for Xavier to add on to this 1-run lead.
Massive. You could suck the remaining life out of a Seton Hall team that's been badgered throughout the last 2 days. 0-2. Fouled off. Vicious swing by Cushing. He stays alive.
Shine bringing it with confidence, challenging the Xavier hitters. That's what you want to see out of Shine in this situation. Leave it all out there.
David Festa started this inning. They tried to go the distance with him. His distance as far as he could go. He gives up the tie. Now the 0-2. A little squibber. Shine, field fly. That went off of his glove. It is the infield fly, so he's out.
Cushing's still going to be out.
Oh my goodness.
Nice break there for the Pirates.
Oh my goodness.
John, that wind is blowing towards the first base line, and I'm sure that had something to do with that play. So Shine comes off the mound, it hits the heel of his glove, but due to the infield fly, there's 2 down now. Let's take a look at it. He's got Cushing there on the inside on the wrist. Shine just misplayed it, but he gets a break.
It is 12:28 a.m. Eastern time, and you do wonder, you're pitching in the morning, and that never happens in game. It's very rare that just a little flare goes to the mound. 1-0 now on DiMartino, who singled back in the 7th. Sexton at second. Pinch running for Walker, who came up big. It's 2-0.
So DiMartino, a good contact hitter. And good contact hitters, John, can lay him down. If you want to try to lay one down on the first base side and really cause some havoc here,
you would.
Billy O'Connor's got a chance to do it, but 2 outs, maybe not the greatest position, but a 2-0 count's a good spot. Going to let him swing away. He fouls it off.
If that had been fair, it would have been like a swinging bunt. Instead, it's 2-1. Well, here's the flip question for you quickly. You've got 6 outs left. If you're Seton Hall, if you're Xavier from a pitching perspective, what are your thoughts?
Well, you want to give, obviously you want the insurance run, right? Give your reliever
Right.
the best chance. I think we're going to see Lane Flam come out of this ball game.
Yep.
I think you need a fresh arm here to try to close it out.
Okay. See who that is if they do in fact do that. Flam's thrown 108 pitches.
And I say that because he hit a bat. Now, if he was coming in with full control, he lost a pitch, and I think that's a sign of fatigue, and that's why I think you turn it over to somebody you trust out of your bullpen. Let them make a play and help Lane Flam out. He's had a great outing.
3-1 now. Hitters count for DiMartino. You talk about his ability to make contact. Billy O'Connor looking on at his team. Just always has a certain swagger about him. And why? Because as a player in a Musketeer uniform, he led the program to history. 2009 Atlantic 10 title. He just understands what it takes to win on this stage. 3-1, ball 4. The walks continue to climb for Seton Hall pitching. Christopher Shine with a second walk allowed. And you keep on playing with fire. The bases are loaded for Alex Hellman.
Here's a big chance now for Hellman, and he's shown up in these spots this season. Can he deliver one more time for the Musketeers? Hellman 232 for the season, 26 RBI for Xavier. A 275 average with 2 down, 364 with the bases loaded. And a visit to the mound is Seton Hall going to lock Shine in a very crucial situation. 2 down. Xavier leads by 1.
Just recapping this inning, it started with a Franzoni fly out to center, and then Jack Hausinger comes up. He hits a bloop shot to center, and Shedler McAvoy took a gamble. Not getting to the ball. Hausinger heads into second. Andrew Walker comes up big. That's waved at and missed. But then you've got a series of, between Walker on base, then 2 walks. And this Seton Hall bullpen has walked 7 hitters in 5 innings of work in this tournament. Playing with fire.
So with the 11 yesterday, now 16 walks. And yeah, John, that is frustrating when you see that. And the Musketeers had 2 on base in the 2nd inning. And Jared Cushing at second didn't get him in, but no hits. So you had a tough situation, all due to the walks.
All due to the walks. They're loaded, the 1-1. That one missed. Shine thought he had hit the strike zone, but with nowhere to put him, and he hasn't had much command, Smoltzy, you're not going to get the benefit of the doubt.
We got to go with what you trust here. Shine tried to paint the outside corner.
Sexton at third, Monastra at second, DiMartino at first. Xavier trying to blow this open. 2-1. Caught on and missed.
That's the same pitch, John, and he got it into the strike zone that time, and he got Hellman to swing and miss. So what pitch do you trust? He trusted his breaking ball. He got it in there that time.
Win or go home. Top of this 8th inning, and Xavier trying to extend. Seton Hall trying to stay alive. Christopher Shine, ready. 2-2, waved at and missed for strike 3.
Big time answer there for Shine in a tough situation. Bases loaded, he gets the strikeout.
Christopher Shine leaves the bases loaded and gives his Pirates a shot.
If your money is working toward the same goals, why keep it in different places? SoFi is a one-stop shop for your finances, designed to work better together. Spend with SoFi and get cashback rewards that automatically go toward your goals, like investing in stocks, ETFs, and crypto. That's better together. Or pay down your SoFi debt sooner. That's better together. And that's how SoFi is helping millions get their money right.
I'm giving you some hope.
How about this? My goodness. Waves of rain. It's been coming down. It's Ohio weather on Memorial Day weekend. Our historian, Bob Brainerd, who will be with us tomorrow, was bringing up that on this day, close to 5 decades ago, there was snow. Huge snowstorm.
That was in the upper Midwest.
Yeah.
But still, it could happen. Clearly. We might be getting close here.
No.
Temperature's supposed to get down to 40 tonight, John.
Schmaltzy, do not
With
talk
wind
about
chill, some higher elevation. Maybe it's snowing about 10,000 feet higher than what we are.
Michael Dillon is coming on for the Xavier Musketeers. With 6 outs left to get, Michael Dillon, the sophomore from Fishers, Indiana, comes on for Xavier.
So Johnny's worked 18 innings. He's given up 7 earned runs, walked 14, struck out 19. Dillon is a great fastball. So Billy O'Connor going with the power arm here for Dillon. We saw Trevor Olson up in the pen as well, so an interesting choice there. He's going to give a chance to Michael Dillon.
You have a righty with Dillon, and lefty and Olson, as you just said, different arm slots. It's 1-1. Connor Hood leading things off. It's Seton Hall's 5, 6, and 7 hitters due up. A combined 1 for 9 tonight. Then you get to 8 and 9 in this lineup, and they've combined for 3 hits. They've been strong throughout this tournament. 1-1. There's an off-speed stuff. That was nasty.
So Dillon showing a little breaking pitch early. And that's going to set up the fastball that we know is in the arsenal.
Off the end of the bat, this is going to be a tough play, and all Cushing can do is glove it. Connor Hood leads things off with a flare infield single.
So once again, John, just enough on the ball to get it out in play, get it past the Musketeer defense. That time, Jared Cushing wasn't shaded as close to second base as he's been previously, but still that ball hit just well enough, and Cushing had to kind of circle out into right center field to try to make that play. It didn't have time.
So that gives Seton Hall their 9th hit of the night. And boy, do I have a stat coming for you. Shedler McAvoy squares to bunt. He takes it back. He takes the ball. For Seton Hall now, they have 27 hits in the Big East tournament. 25 are for singles. And I only took 1 math class at Seton Hall and barely passed it. Thank you, Matt Geibel.
It is amazing to fathom. 25 hits, John. And now 8 runs. make it 9 runs on those 25. We talked about timely hitting, John, a bunch here, and there's the difference. When do they come? How do they come?
There's a called strike. 1-1.
Good at bat here so far for Chandler McAvoy to even it up at 1-1. He's showing bunt, so he's pulling Olson in at third. Franzoni's got to stay on the bag to hold the runner. So you're thinking he's going to go down the first base line here.
2-1. Well, this just goes back. If you're willing to play the small ball, then if I'm Xavier, right, you're willing to just say, okay, we trust in Dylan, we'll get the out. This is where Dylan's got to just pound the strike zone, right?
Come back, do your job, close out the game. That's why you're in there. You got solid defense behind you. Olson's been solid since he's been in the starting lineup. Hausinger, a great glove. We've seen Cushing show some range. Outfield with good speed with Walker, Hellman, and Schultz. They're still in the game. So trust your defense. You also got to worry about a good hitter here with Chandler McAvoy, a veteran. He's been in these situations.
Big East preseason co-player of the year. 2-1, he squares, he can't get it down, and now it's 2-2. And Chandler McAvoy is really frustrated with himself.
I'm sure Rob Shepard's sharing that same frustration. Co-player of the year, preseason. Gotta get that down in this situation.
Well, he is a speedster, so he'd have to hit one hard for a double play. Hood at first. Nobody out. The 2-2 from Dylan. Got him looking.
Big time pitch, and that one broke on the inside portion of the plate, froze Chandler McAvoy. So Dylan, in that at bat, had worked away. Now he comes inside, cuts it off just at the right spot, crosses the belt, and Chandler McAvoy tied up, didn't expect it.
So here is Justin Scotto. He's been cooled off a bit tonight. 0 for 3 after a 4 for 5 day yesterday.
So Dylan working the corners early, trying to get these Seton Hall hitters to chase a bit. These two teams played back in the beginning of the month, so they probably don't recall right away what Dylan brings. There's that fastball. This is low, 2-0.
Michael Dylan, 20 strikeouts to 14 walks in the 18 1/3. So he has averaged nearly a walk an inning. That's been part of him, but he has been a strikeout guy as well. But it's 3-0. He's fallen behind here. And Alex Clyde, who's 2 for 3 tonight, is due up for Seton Hall.
The two more Musketeers still working down there in the bullpen, and I don't think Billy O'Connor's going to let this get too far away here from Dylan or this club with a 3-2 lead here in the 8th.
A 4-pitch walk given up by Michael Dylan. And Seton Hall has 2 on. That is just the second walk drawn by the Pirates tonight. And here's Alex Clyde, who has been on fire in this tournament. He's 2 for 3 tonight. He was 3 for 4 yesterday.
Clyde scored the run back in the 7th. Billy O'Connor really showing some trust here in Michael Dylan.
There's a called strike at the knees. Well, there's the unique thing, Schmaltz, is for Seton Hall, they have 2 walks on the night. They have 3 strikeouts. They've just made contact. A lot of little things. They're still waiting for the big knock. Can Clyde deliver it? tapper right in front of the plate. Throw to first by Monastra is there for the second out.
Solid play by Natali Monastra. Kept his composure, didn't rush the throw. There's the veteran presence, the graduate student back for his final year. Just watch how he comes out, identifies, kept the mask on as well. Didn't take the time to kind of throw that away to save the time and give himself enough time to throw that runner out at first.
Goodness, they've kept Monastra busy. We've seen a couple of those squibbers right out in front of the play. Another guy who can hit him is Will Gale, the speedster. Corners are in. Olson at third is in on the grass. And Gale called time. He had something stuck in his eye.
Perhaps one of those flying raindrops.
Something, it wasn't a cicada.
This is a good battle in tough conditions here late.
Inside.
And there's the other part from the pitching perspective. Granted, the ball hasn't hit the turf too much, but how much moisture is getting on the ball on the hands now, Michael Dillon, and might he be losing a little bite on some of these pitches he's trying to offer?
Well, and here's the other thing. For Monastra, this is where a great catcher means a lot. He could talk with Dillon, but he's also important in the event that a ball is in the dirt.
Yeah, he's scrambled. He's blocked some balls here tonight, breaking pitches. And that'll give Dillon some confidence as well to continue to throw the stuff that he trusts, because he knows Monastra is more than capable of keeping the ball in front of him. Tough situation here. He's behind 1-0. There's 2 down in second and third.
Fastball painted the inside corner for a strike. It's 1-1.
So you just mentioned Natali Monastra's experience. He went out, did talk to Dillon, had to say, just come on, bring it. Trust what we got. We have your back. Let's get this third out.
Will Gale has been the surprise for Seton Hall this season. Now he's up in a massive spot. Rob Shepard said, without question, Gale has been the guy, the sophomore, who's taken on the role of right fielder, and they're most impressed with his bat and just how that's evolved. 2-1. He tips this one into the glove of Monastra, and it's 2-2. And how about the way Michael Dillon has battled?
He's working the zone, John, so he came in twice inside those last 2 pitches, then went outside and showed Gale a little something over the plate. Got him to chase.
Hood at third, the tying run. Scotto at second. 2 outs. 2 on the 2-2. He got him swinging. Monastra down to first for the third out. Michael Dillon leaves 2 Pirates stranded and keeps Xavier ahead.
Trust your stuff, John. Shut down the inning. Michael Dillon and Natali Monastra working hard for the Musketeers. They lead at 3-2.
If your money is working toward the same goals, why keep it in different places? SoFi is a one-stop shop for your finances, designed to work better together. Spend with SoFi and get cashback rewards that automatically go toward your goals, like investing in stocks, ETFs, and crypto. That's better together. Or pay down your SoFi debt sooner. That's better together. And that's how SoFi is helping millions get their money right.
Seton Hall hands the ball to the senior right-hander Hunter Waldis here, and his task is to try to keep the Xavier lead at 1.
Interesting choice here. Hunter Waldis, for me, John, a 7.98 ERAs. We're at 14 2/3. 15 hits, 13 runs, all earned. The strikeout to walk ratio excellent, however, 17 strikeouts to 7 walks. Opponents hitting .273 against him. And interesting, I say, because yesterday Seton went 4 innings, Sean Miller only went 2/3 of an inning. And I thought we might see Sean Miller in this spot for Rob Shepard. So again, one of those managerial decisions. How much do you hold back? Do you have the confidence your team's going to come back, be able to win this? Then what do we have left for the rest of this tournament run? He's going to give some trust here to Waldis.
Well, for Waldis, a senior, he's pitched in this tournament before. It has not gone well in the past. But for Hunter Waldis now, if you're a senior, this is what you sign up for, is to come in a game like this. You'd like to be up, but now you have the opportunity to try to give your team a scoreless frame, keep your team in this game.
Waldis in his last outing went 2 1/3 against Connecticut. Gave up an earned run, just 2 hits. Struck out 2. Prior to that, a scoreless inning against Creighton, and then 2/3 against the Xavier Musketeers. John, 4 earned runs in that stretch and a strikeout.
One thing about him is, over his last 10 appearances, he's only walked 2. And Seton Hall's bullpen, walks have been the issue. He faces the bottom of Xavier's order, so perhaps that's what Rob Shepard looks at, is that's a heater to start off Schultz.
And why not? Bring some steam. You can't be comfortable or too comfortable out there as a hitter in these conditions. Just from the shock of the temperature drop alone, much less the blowing rain. Waldis misses there to even it up 1-1.
Fouled off. Well, and for Waldis, just going back to the few walks that he does give up, he has the fewest walks per 9 innings allowed on the team, besides David Festa. The stakes again, the winner of this game will take on either Creighton or UConn later today. Strike 3 called. Hunter Waldis gets off to a good start here in the 9th. So the winner of this game will go back to their respective hotel. They'll head to sleep as we get another look, and then they will be back, the winner of this one, at 4 Eastern time later today, right here on the Big East Digital Network. They'll face the loser of the battle of the top 2 seeds, the matchup we have been waiting for between UConn and Creighton, just over 11 hours away. So Blue Jay and Husky fans, get your coffee ready.
It's going to happen. Waldis continues to come in. Fastball coming all power here against the Musketeers. Again, the reason that Connecticut Creighton matchup so anticipated is because Creighton was in contention for the regular season championship. Those two did not get to face off during the season due to COVID situations, due to travel schedules, all that good stuff couldn't come together and figure it out. And then basically, you get down to the end of the season, you run out of time.
Yeah.
You've got to get your bid into the NCAA, and you got to go conduct your tournament.
It'll be at noon Eastern time later today, right here on the Big East Digital Network. Hunter Waldis right now is hitting in the mid-90s on the gun.
So that answered my question on ERA, John. They brought the control guy in. He trusts the spot.
Oh, yeah.
And he's bringing it right in the strike zone. He's ahead 1-2 here.
Well, and you think with the way the weather is tonight, it's tougher to barrel up. So perhaps they like it even more. Temperatures dropped 30 degrees from yesterday. 1-2. Oh.
Just there, a little bit low.
Can we take another look at that? I need to see this again. Look at the Xavier kids. They look like they're surprised.
That's Andrew Walker going, yep, maybe that was pretty close. maybe just a touch low.
Just a bit outside low.
Spot was good.
Yeah.
I think it was on the corner.
Tough to lay off that pitch, huh? And now that's upstairs, and it's 3-2.
You know, how wide is the black there on the plate on that last one?
Well, and now it changes the whole complexion of the at-bat. I can't see Waldis going away from his fastball. Olson is 0 for 2 tonight. He's just a 132 hitter. You put him on, you have to face Franzoni. Face him regardless, but you'd be facing him with a base runner, and that's exactly what's going to happen. So Hunter Waldis from on the cusp of striking out Olson to giving up a walk, a rarity for Waldis.
And in a really tough spot. You got the number 9 hitter there. You don't want to mess around with him, right? 132 is what we said he was hitting coming into today. And now you go back to the top of the lineup for Franzoni, who tripled in the 5th.
Franzoni gave Xavier the lead back in the 5th inning. Off the brick wall and right. He is lethal. And now Waldis can't find the strike zone.
You don't want to give Franzoni anything up in the zone. He will pound it. He's a good fastball hitter. He's a good contact hitter. And that's why Waldis went away there with that first offering and well away.
Hunter Waldis is making his 15th appearance. He just walked only his 8th hitter of the season. And now he faces a potent bat in Franzoni. Franzoni bounces that through the left side for his 2nd hit of the game, and Xavier's back in business, looking for insurance after dark.
Well, Waldis left it up in the zone. Franzoni, contact guy, did what a contact guy does, handled it, knocked it into left field. Let's get a look at Luke, loaded up, right at the belt, ripped it for a single.
So here is Jack Hausinger. Franzoni has a pinch runner that just came in for him.
It's Jack Krumbach. Krumbach's had a couple of starts for the Musketeers this season at second base.
Hunter Waldis now with 2 on and 1 out. Facing Jack Hausinger, who's 1 for 4 tonight. He got things started for the Musketeers and came around to score what Xavier hopes is the winning run in this game in the 8th, off a double in shallow center. Waldis checks back.
So 1st and 2nd now. And similar situation that Seton Hall has seen with the shift on defense. Big hole for the left-handed hitting Hausinger between Toke, who has to hold the runner, and Connor Hood, who's keeping an eye on Krumbach.
0-1. Jack Hausinger. He sparked the Musketeers in the 8th. There's the defense, pretty straight away for the most part. There is a gap out in right center. Hausinger, an all Big East first team selection. Trying to live up to that billing right here and put this game on ice. 2 on and 1 out.
So there it is, a little look at a pickoff play. But you got Connor Hood, the second baseman, going toward the bag.
Where is Olson going?
Olson's not going anywhere.
Yeah, exactly.
The question is, you're pitching Hausinger outside, hoping he's going to hit it to the left side of the field.
Schmaltzy, Frickers is closed.
John Fanta wants something to eat, and I continue to impress upon you that the Skyline Chili locations are open well past midnight.
What time do they close?
Sometimes, John, they're open till 2, 3 in the morning.
Sometimes they never close. That's tomorrow at
You
11.
will have plenty of opportunity.
It's 1 and 2. 2 on and 1 out here in the top of the 9th.
Local tradition, John, prevails in these situations.
Yep.
Much like we're talking trust your stuff, for these pitchers, trust the advice you're getting here from the Cincinnati folks.
I trust you in most anything. Jack Hausinger, 1-2 pitch. This is off the inside and the back. A dive by Luters, and what an effort. Just came up short.
And that is why every Big East coach loves Luters. Effort guy, energy guy. This Hausinger just shaves this off, and look at Luters is pretty close. I think he got some leather on that, John.
That's the type of play that if he's able to make it.
Look at that uniform. He's down there clapping it up. Dirt everywhere. Love of the game right there.
Going to provide extra energy needed for Seton Hall right now. The 1-2. Outside. Glove of Hunsinger. Everybody stays put. 2-2 on Hausinger. Someone who Billy O'Connor has talked about the leadership aspect. He was a captain for both his basketball and baseball teams in high school.
A lot of trust here in Hausinger to deliver for Billy O'Connor. 370 with runners on, 319 with runners in position. And he's been in this spot before.
2-2. Do it again. A battle with Waldis continues.
And there's the other point Billy O'Connor was making. Quality at bats later in the season. He's making Waldis earn everything he's getting right now.
The winner of this game meets either Creighton or UConn. Later today at 4 Eastern time. Our coverage will begin with the Huskies and Jays at noon, right here on BEDN. Now it's 3-2 on Hausinger and Hunter Waldis, who entered this outing with 7 walks on the entirety of the season, has struggled to find the strike zone here this morning. Seton Hall bullpen just has not been able to find that command quite yet. Running out of time. Hausinger with a flare. Scotto got a bad jump on it. He slips and falls. Coming around third is Olsen. He will score. Sliding into third is Crumbeck. And Seton Hall slipping and sliding. Xavier makes it 4-2.
But Jack Hausinger didn't get a lot of that, got enough of it. And again, the conditions come back to play some tricky havoc out there in the outfield for the Seton Hall Pirates. That time it was Scotto. Got a good break on it, John, and that ball was not hit well. It dove right in front of him. And we'll take a look at what happened here with Scotto. He slipped on the first move. Then it got away from him. He was trying to get up and catch that short hop. So an easy run there for Olsen to cross. That had a good shot at the out at third, but that ball took a huge hop. I don't know if it hit the bag, but that was tough for Luters to handle. So there's your breakthrough shot.
There's a ball inside, and now they're at second and third. The infield comes in, and here is Andrew Sexton, who came in to pinch run for Andrew Walker in the 8th. Sexton just a .217 hitter, but again, Waldis does not start with a first pitch strike. Sexton squares to bunt, takes it back, takes a strike.
Well, now you got the thought on the infielder's mind, is he going to lay this down? And we've already seen some slippery grass here at Prasco Park. Sexton, good speed. You know, gained some time getting down the line as a left-handed hitter.
Hit out of play, it's 1-2 on Sexton. Monastra is next. Xavier just 7 hits. They do rule that a double for Hausinger. Scotto just got a bad jump, and he's had a tough night and morning. The 1-2. It's even.
John, if you walk Sexton here, I think this is going to be the end of the run here for Waldis. I don't know that Rob Shepard can hang on to him if he loses Sexton here.
I'd have to agree with you. Andrew Sexton. This is just his 24th at-bat of the season. He does have 2 doubles, but just 5 hits. But he's a senior. Right now, Billy O'Connor brought him into pinch run. Now the senior trying to add. He waves and misses this time for out number 2.
Nice answer there for Waldis. And Sexton worked a pretty good at bat. You square early trying to get a fastball or something you can handle to beat that pitcher into throwing that pitch. So you can get something you handle. He got it there and just flat out swung through it. So now Monastra.
Be careful, because Monastra, he could put this ball game, the remnants of it, away. It's off the glove of Huntsinger.
But no reason to try it there for Krumbach. You run yourself right out of the opportunity here. With one of your most disciplined hitters at the plate.
Monastra, a big bat. Really the heart and soul of this Xavier team. We had the pleasure of talking with him earlier this week, and you can sense how much pride he takes in this program. And fittingly, he's the catcher. He sets the tone for the staff. 2 out, 2 on. It's 2-0.
Really sets the tone for everybody. And Billy O'Connor was saying that's the guy you point to your young folks and say, do what he does. It's the kind of guy you point to for your veterans, do what he does. And, you know, you may just, one of those guys where you just kind of put his stuff in the locker, lock it there, and make sure he doesn't go too far away from it, because you want him to be a part of this program for as long as possible.
There's a called strike. Mike, this has been really something, because the amount of counts as you're, what was that just now that you were doing here? You're doing quite a bit of a dance
Stretching
there.
a little bit.
Yeah. I got to tell you, the next wedding that somebody has, they
Keep
should
it
hire
moving.
you. You would be terrific.
Well, it'd be something. It'd be a visual spectacle. There's no question about that.
All right, 2 on, 2 out here. Top of the 9th. 4-2 Xavier. It's 2-2. Big cut by Monastra.
So Waldis mixing it up, and Natalie Monastra thought that ball was going to hang, and he was trying to pump one out right about 321.
Yeah, over the Chick-fil-A sign out there. By the way, it is Chick-fil-A day. There'll be Chick-fil-A sandwiches for all those in attendance later today here at Prasco Park.
You think if we wait long enough we can get those nice breakfast biscuits? Because it's coming up on it.
Here's the 2-2. That's outside. The point, going back to it though, we're talking about Hunter Waldis, who had 7 walks. He had walked 7 hitters on the entirety of the season. And now another 3-2 count. He could be walking a second in this inning. It is really something to see Seton Hall's pitching staff. The free passes, it's very unlike them.
Ryan, Seton Hall's going to hit again.
So it stays at 3-2. Xavier scoring 1 in the 8th, another here in the 9th. Due up for Seton Hall in the bottom half is the top of their order. Jerry Huntsinger, Jonathan Luders, and Casey Dana. Monastra without a hit tonight. The payoff. Called strike 3 that just got in on the inside corner. And Hunter Waldis leaves 2 Musketeers stranded. but not before Xavier finds the insurance, courtesy of Jack Hausinger. A Musketeer party. Xavier 3 outs away.
If your money is working toward the same goals, why keep it in different places? SoFi is a one-stop shop for your finances, designed to work better together. Spend with SoFi and get cashback rewards that automatically go toward your goals, like investing in stocks, ETFs, and crypto. That's better together. Or pay down your SoFi debt sooner. That's better together. And that's how SoFi is helping millions get their money right.
He is Mr. Musketeer. Trey Schramm comes on for Xavier. And Trey Schramm breaks the record for most appearances in a Xavier uniform. This is his 100th career appearance. He's come up big for the Musketeers before in Big East championship runs. Here he is again.
Well, what did Billy O'Connor talk about in our pre-tournament chat? Who were the guys you trust out of the bullpen? Trey Schramm came up, and immediately following the words out of Billy O'Connor's mouth. Been there, done that. Knows the ropes. So Billy O'Connor going to trust his grad student here with a 2-run lead. Try to get 3 outs and let your remaining 8 behind you do some work as well.
Trey Schramm on the 2017 Big East All-Tournament team. He is in his 6th year with the program out of Pingree Grove, Illinois. And this is a man who has been invaluable for Billy O'Connor. And now, Xavier 3 outs away from staying alive in this tournament. They give the ball to someone who knows all too well how to close.
We talked about Waldus's kind of inflated ERA. Trey Schramm, a 5.18, John, but he has worked 24 in a third innings. Struck out 24, walked 17. He's given up 23 runs in that stretch. So by no way a lights-out closer here for Billy O'Connor, but he's going to give his veteran a chance.
Jerry Hunsinger, the senior backstop for Seton Hall, leading it off in the lineup all season. He leads off this 9th inning in fitting fashion. Trey Schramm, 4 years ago now, 2017, he was the man who got the 2-inning save in Xavier's Big East title game win over St. John's. The 0-1. Hunsinger swinging away, and it's 0-2. Well, from a Seton Hall offense perspective, we've talked about Schramm. How would you try to approach him?
Well, I think anything in his zone, he's going to pitch to contact, right? So make sure if you're swinging, you can get the barrel on the ball. And we've seen Seton Hall just have enough on some of these shots to get it past the Xavier defense. But if you're going to swing, make sure you can handle it.
That one was outside.
Schramm's not going to try to come in here and be able to overpower anybody. That ERA and the run total will tell you that.
Xavier scoring 1 in the 8th, 1 in the 9th. Now Seton Hall, a team that's been on the wrong end of magic, trying to rally. Hunsinger out to center. Sexton, 1 down.
So there it is, John. Pitch to contact, trust your defense. And you got a nice easy fly ball to center field.
So here's Jonathan Luders, 1 for 2 tonight. He was hit by a pitch in the 7th when and Seton Hall tied the game up at 2. Luters was part of the rally. And Luters, when he's been up, and God none, he's made the most of it. He singled back in the first and came around to score. He was nearly hit that time, and he takes the ball.
Luters hit that ball well in the first inning. It's a good shot out to right field. So now, contact pitcher, contact hitter. Can Luters win this battle?
Chopper to third. Olsen has it. 2 down. And here's Casey Dana, the senior. A great career for Dana. He comes up to the dish with his Pirates down to their final out of the season.
So John now Schramm really helping the Xavier cause. He's thrown 6 pitches. That would get out of this inning anytime soon.
Yeah.
That would make him available the rest of the way. And that would also note that the Musketeers saved Trevor Olsen. Also Luke Bell, who had a great outing yesterday.
Dana pops this up. Xavier Nation, we will see you later today. It's after midnight, but the clock has not struck 12 on the Musketeers season.
Musketeers got a little life left. They got the offense that they didn't have yesterday. John, 4 runs on 7 hits. Again, that big interference call on Hausinger that took that 1-run lead away from Seton Hall, brought it back to a 2-run game. The Musketeers able to generate 2 in the last 2 innings. And Xavier gets out of here a very tough day, tough conditions. They scratch out a 4-2 win.
Andrew Walker coming up big in the 8th inning. And then in the 9th, Jack Hausinger adding to it. Hausinger played such an instrumental role down the stretch for Xavier.
Well, he's a contact hitter. He's one of your leaders. They put it in his hands. Andrew Walker also a good shot in that sequence as well. And Xavier's going to have some confidence, but they're going to go back and play either UConn or Creighton tomorrow.
For Ryan McGahey, our producer, Jason Dudley as well, our entire Rush Media crew, we want to thank everybody for braving through the conditions. My partner, Mike Schmaltz. This is John Fanta saying, get some sleep, because we are back with you in less than 11 hours for the matchup everybody's been waiting for. UConn and Creighton at noon Eastern time right here on the Big East Digital Network. The final again, Xavier 4, Seton Hall 2. The Musketeers survive. You've been watching the Big East Tournament. This is John Fanta saying good night.